Yep. Well, with 2026 in full swing, Karate Combat kicks off our campaign tonight with Karate Combat 59 live from the Mana Convention Center here in stunning Miami, Florida. Thank you once again for joining us all, as always, live and completely free on YouTube. My name's Josh Palmer, joined once again by Mr. Robin Black. And we've got a new addition to the commentary booth tonight, Finlay Cruz. Coach Cruz, thank you for joining us here this evening.
Great pleasure to be here, guys. Great pleasure to be here, guys. Miami, Karate Combat. I love the city. I love the show. So I'm very happy to be here tonight and to be joining you guys at the table.
Yeah, we're very happy to have someone of your knowledge and wealth of experience here. Guys, if you don't know Coach Cruz, Alex Pereira's coach, 2024 World MMA Coach of the Year, amongst many other accolades. Looking forward to getting your knowledge tonight. Robin, we're back. Another year. 2025 was great. 2026, this card kicking it off lovely.
Yes, the card is going to be fantastic. The fights are brilliant. Karate Combat, what do? We take the best martial artists in the world, we put them in a pit together, and we always add some kind of modern element to it. Tonight's just going to be no different, nothing but fun fights.
Yeah, let's take a look at the card this evening. We have realigned the weight classes for 2026, so classic MMA weight classes that you may be used to. Top of tonight's card, our straw weight title fight. The two ladies, Monica Chachlikova from Slovakia taking on Brazilian Lily Ferrer. Both ladies coming off great wins back at Karate Combat 57. Absolutely no love lost in the co-main. Uriah Hall, Jaden Eynaud. We're going to be talking about them a lot tonight. They really dislike each other. I cannot stress that enough. Marcus Perez, lots of violence. Once again, stepping in a little bit late notice to take on Brazilian Vitor Costa. Great match between Franca and Oscar Remihana is on the main card. And we're kicking off the main card this evening with the debut of the Unbroken Roy, fresh off Dana White Contender Series. He's got a great veteran against him in alias Garcia. Of course, Uriah Hall, Jaden Eynaud, they are our co-main. This is Uriah Hall getting a decision win in his debut with us last year.
Steal it back.
But he said he's really just fighting for himself. And the one person he wanted to knock out more than anyone, Jaden Eynaud.
Yeah, you know, he's a brilliant martial artist. He really is. Colors outside the lines. And yes, you know, we often say this, we tell stories, these guys don't like each other, but Uriah really does want to separate this man from his consciousness. He's an exciting fighter in his own right, and this really is going to be a lot of fun in the Karate Combat pit.
Yeah, so Jaden Eynaud looking to bounce back from 2 losses, but, you know, he pushed for this fight. He wanted Uriah Hall. Look, it's not poetry. It's not going to win any Pulitzer Prizes, but it's very, very real.
I mean, yeah, warrior, poet, they are not. Big-headed dork is not the most philosophically complex thing. But ultimately, they're not wordsmiths. They're martial artists. They're combat sportsmen. Let them get in here and fight. In the end, it's just talk. They get to talk with their hands and their feet.
And the strawweight title is on the line tonight. Monica Chachlikova from Slovakia taking on this lady, Lily Ferrer. And Karate Combat 57, she took out one of the darlings of the division in Jade Jordan. Just absolute clinic.
It was a great fight. They were both trying to smash through the brick wall that was each other. And sometimes it isn't about just smashing through things, although that's what she did. But this woman, in her fight on the same card, she dug under the wall. She worked around it. She disassembled it. She crawled over it. She took aggression and made it a little bit more serene, and that's what she's going to have to do tonight. It really is a fantastic main event.
Yeah, women's fights are always great here inside the pit, but we do have a featured, very interesting, unique bout at the very end of the night for you. It's in our pit submission series. It's a grappling bout between this man, Walter Walker, the Brazilian/Russian, with 4 straight heel hook victories in the UFC, taking on a man who has no heels, the absolute inspiration in Zion Clark, an American wrestler who has no lower body.
Yes, so combat is created and customized to the individual, to their body type. Their collection of skills and their body types are blended together. Nobody has a body type like Zion Clark, right. And man, he knows how to fight. For these two to grapple is a fascinating dynamic. You know, Coach called Zion a hero, and he is for what he's accomplished in his life, but he's also a very unique puzzle. It's a great, great contest.
Yeah, that is at the very end of tonight. We're kicking off tonight, though, with 4 preliminary bouts. Let's take a quick look at what's coming up to kick off tonight's card. The last of our prelims, WingedC, a little bit of a viral fighter. He's stepping up out of Street Beefs to take on the Prince of Puerto Rico, Jaden Torres. A great fight. Ribeiro and Borges, Olympic boxer, knockout, heavyweight knockout artist. I cannot believe this fight is on the prelims. That's going to be a great one. Bad combination Henry taking on the very tough Russian in Sadiq Maduev. And we're kicking off tonight with Elijah Fancy Pants Barnes. He's taking on a Taekwondo standout in William Finlay, who is actually a student, a standout student of none other than Eddie Alvarez, who's here to corner tonight. So we were able to catch up with him and see how he's feeling about his students' chances in the first fight this evening.
A couple months ago, I had Eddie Alvarez message me about a big prospect that he had, and I'm so delighted to finally have him here fight week. I mean, tell us a little bit about you guy.
This is William Finlay, man. He's been on the mat since he was 4 years old doing Taekwondo. He's beaten the who's who in the Taekwondo world. And when he stepped foot in the gym, I called you right away. And I said, hey, I got a guy who just came to this gym who's made for TV. And I want him to be on the karate combat stage. And I think with a little bit of work, he can be the next champion.
What's crazy is at his weight class, you don't really see these types of movements and kicks very often. This guy's so agile. Hey, my man, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Definitely. You have a message for you guys.
185 division, I'm coming.
Well, that is going to be your first fight of the evening. William Finlay and Elijah Fancy Pants Barnes. Let's go ahead and throw this graphic up, get this great night of fights underway.
All right, welcome to Karate Combat 59, Miami. In the catchweight division, 190 pounds, blue corner, Elijah Fancy Pants Barnes.
Oh shit, brother, Cali right there.
Well, you can see the crowd starting to fill up here as we just wait for our fighter in the blue corner. Going to be a real party atmosphere here, Robin. It always is a karate combat.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different experience. There's a lot of people come here and they go to fights. They see people fighting in a cage in different places. Nobody's seen anything like this. You get right up close and personal. You get some sweat and blood splashed on you, and the angle from the pit is something else. But this man comes in, I think, short notice, and he's more of a mixed martial artist, but there are tools within the karate game, and yes, it is a part of karate where we can throw a man on the ground, put him on his back, punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, so he's a little bit of a later replacement coming in this week, but he does have a black belt in karate. His style is very much karate, as was his early forays into competition as well. So whilst he's primarily an amateur MMA fighter, and tonight is his pro debut, Elijah Barnes is absolutely no slouch, and he's got a great frame for it at 6 foot tall, but he is actually going to be the shorter of the two fighters coming into the pit this evening.
Yeah, and he can manage the open space against the Taekwondo specialist, and then maybe put him down and work some of those other skills.
Well, will he be able to close the distance? Will he be able to manage that range? We're going to find out how the 30-year-old does shortly.
Coming from the red corner, William Finlay, the Taekwondo symbiote.
Well, you see from our friends over at Cloudbet, one of our title sponsors tonight, minus 3,334 favorite. So expecting this man to get the job done tonight. William Finlay comes in highly decorated Taekwondo specialist, 3-0 in professional combat Taekwondo, as well as national championships. Coached some of the Olympic, Paralympic team as well. Robin, you're a black belt in Taekwondo as well. What can we expect classically Taekwondo from this fighter?
I mean, classically, at its root, Taekwondo is light on its feet, long-rangey weapons, high spinning attacks. But you work with Eddie Alvarez long enough, and he's going to take that guard up a little bit higher. He's going to get that stance a little bit lower. He's going to push you a little hard-nosed. And, you know, at its root, Taekwondo is very flashy circular movements. But with Eddie Alvarez coaching him, I'm sure you're going to see a very modified martial art.
Well, there is the tail of the tape for William Finlay.
Fighters, enter the pit!
Well, for the first time tonight, we get to hear the ever-famous Enter the Pit. And we are going to get tonight underway. Aglaia is the official interoperability partner of Karate Combat, uniting fighters and fans across blockchains. Welcome to the aggregation age. Black pants for Finlay, white pants for Barnes.
One of the approaches, and Coach, back me up on this, one of the approaches against a long-range kicker is to move in, and we see him trying to do that right now, penetrate that distance.
Oh, solid.
William Finlay has absolutely slapped the Elijah Barnes! And that's why you want to get attacked, right, Coach?
I would say the approach, it is moving forward, but you gotta throw feints, you gotta cut angles, and he stay a little too long on just one position, not moving too much, and then instead of that, become a target.
The Taekwondo fighter's most dangerous range is at long-range kicking distance, and that's where he wrapped the foot around the
Can
head.
we talk about how fired up William Finlay is?
I'm sure we'll get some replays of that after we see him celebrate.
He is, I mean, wow, he came in with some intensity. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the replays here. I mean, this is going to be up there for fastest knockout in karate combat history.
The length of the the length of the weapon is so long with a foot, with a leg, is that it reaches the head. Unless you get inside that range, Pink, up, and the foot is a curved weapon.
Right, and this is a great example of how a 4-ounce glove is not a block. It's not a boxing glove.
Especially when you position yourself on that distance, he was not far enough to be able to avoid that kick, but he was just on the right distance for that kick. He stayed there, he was not moving too much, not throwing feints, and then, like I say again, he became a target.
No, just get him ready to come in.
Now, when people who don't know martial arts watch Taekwondo, they say, why do they have their hands down? The answer is because your hands up actually don't really work against a curved weapon aimed at your head. A Taekwondo artist can wrap it around the wrist and catch behind the ear, which is what he did.
I love the intensity on Finlay's face is something else.
Yeah, he is, to use your words, fired up.
Yeah, I mean, middleweight division, I think, needs to step up and respect this.
Definitely a statement.
Well, nice to see Elijah Barnes back on his feet, recovering. A nice show of sportsmanship there.
I hope we get a couple more looks at that, because it shows you what Taekwondo, and we'll get the announcement first, I'm sure, but it shows you what Taekwondo athletes can do. They can wrap the foot around the guard quite easily.
Let's go ahead and get the official announcement for our first bout this evening.
Form of knockout, your winner, William Finlay, the Taekwondo symbiote.
Yeah, that's a scary guy. Woo. Taekwondo, as a point fighting art, develops the artist, but he's had plenty of full contact fighting, so he's super comfortable here.
What a great way to kick off the evening here. I'm glad they're having some fun in here. It's tough though, like there's not a whole lot we can really break down this fight though, right? It was 10 seconds and it was a clean shot up through the guard.
Yeah, like, it's all about positioning. I was expecting a little more of his karate background, that he was going through some fakes, start cutting some angles, start cutting this so he could put the hands on him. But my friend here was just able to capitalize that this is just finish one shot.
And there are always multiple things happening at a time, right? We're dealing with the distance and the rhythm. They were both rhythmically dancing, and William Finlay interpreted the rhythm, coach, correct?
100%.
And the distance simultaneously, calibrated everything, and bing.
And he was able to break that flow on the right moment. It's about fighting, it's about flow, it's about knowing when to break that flow, to get your opponent unprepared.
Yeah, and we the viewer can only look at one thing at a time, but he's making all of those calculations. The rhythmic calculation, the distance calculation, shot selection, all of that inside the 10 seconds.
100% perfect performance.
President Awesome is giving some words of thanks, I'm sure, for a great start to the evening to William Finlay. What a way to kick it off here in Miami. So much more action coming your way. Next up, we're going to see bad combination Henry taking on Sadiq Maduev. What about that is coming up next as we get one last look here.
Yeah, and like Coach and I were just talking about, it is a whole bunch of simultaneous things. Look, that it just wraps it right around it. When you hear somebody say, why don't Taekwondo fighters keep their hands up? It's because it's actually not that valuable, and you sacrifice movement by keeping your hands glued to your head. The hierarchy of defense says movement is more important than blocking every time.
100%.
Well, one fight down, one knockout in the books. Stay with us here at Karate Combat. Lots more action coming your way from the pit. But before we crack on, here's a word from one of our sponsors, Hedera.
What is built on Hedera? Some of the best tokenized projects on Earth. To get started, teams can launch their tokens on Headstarter or Meme Job. Then reward your community with a custom level on Smack Mosquito, Hedera's meme-tility game now available on iOS and Android. That's what's built on Hedera.
Well, welcome straight back to Karate Combat 59. What a way to start off proceedings.
That's Karate Combat, Coach. You've been here lots. You and Alex have been to the show lots. But that, correct me if I'm wrong, that's what you expect from Karate Combat.
100%. That's why we keep coming back. That's why I'm here sitting on this table today. That's why I love showing up to Karate Combat, because you know it's non-stop action.
How do you feel as a coach about the pit in of itself, right? It's such a unique fighting environment, but boy, does it keep some action going.
100%. I think it's a great format because keep pushing the action, cannot run too much, and you gotta adapt, gotta learn how to cut the angles, gotta learn how to sometimes put your foot when it's on the ramp. But I think this pushes the non-stop action, being almost like on a kickboxing format of 3 minutes. So just push to knockouts keep happening. And that's why I tell all the fans, man, keep watching Karate Combat because the best in the market.
Yeah, 3-3s really does allow these fighters to push the pace. Let's go ahead and see if we can introduce our next two fighters here. It is going to be bad combination Henry and Sadiq Maduev. I love some of the nicknames we've got on the card tonight. But this is officially the first fight in our new 155-pound division. And the winner of this fight is going to be getting a contract with Karate Combat. So a qualifier fight here. Let's go ahead and walk these two.
All right. Lightweight division, 155 pounds. In the blue corner, Sadiq Maduev.
Well, first of the pit, your favourite this evening with our Cloud Bet sponsors is Sadiq Maduev. Really good karate-based striking style, but he's very well-rounded indeed. He's actually won the World Championships in Jiu-Jitsu in the brown belt division. He's got a great pro record coming into this one, 13-6, and one of the top ranked featherweights in Florida, training out of ATT just down the road here, so gonna have a lot of local support as well.
Yeah, let's send a shout out to Dan Lambert over at ATT and the rest of them over there. You know, I actually was commentating a show with Dan Lambert, and he said under free fighting, mixed martial arts, any of these different formats, he said karate today is more important than wrestling. And that, can you imagine 10 years ago trying to have that conversation that the footwork from karate coach is actually more important today than the basics of wrestling? Do you agree?
100%, because the karate stance is the one that can avoid takedowns, you can create angles. So I actually use a lot of the karate stance and the karate angles with my fighters in the MMA cage.
And the footwork and the ability to enter and exit at higher speeds, all of this.
100%, because you can choose where and when to engage combat.
And I'm so glad that you said that, because when I say that, and I've repeated even from somebody else, somebody at home will go, Robin Black's an idiot. But coach, this is the truth. This is what's happening in fighting today.
100%, that's everybody. People think it's a fight, but people don't understand that inside a fight, you gotta choose when you're gonna engage combat.
Yeah.
So the karate stance, that full work, you can actually master that.
And now from the red corner, bad combination, Henry.
Young brother from the gutter, always been a fighter, never been a runner. Woo. Mama was a hunter, daddy was a hunter, all my brothers hunt each other. Known to knuckle up and uppercut, a slugger, punch a snubber, stun a thugger, gunner, stutter, blood,
Atlanta, Georgia, but he's been fighting up in Canada fairly regularly as well. Has 3 good kind of domestic level 145-pound titles. One of the most important things to know about him, though, is he has a 100% finish rate for the bouts that he wins. So 9-8 is his record in coming to this one. I expect a lot of high energy, I expect a lot of movement, and I expect a lot of spinning stuff as well.
Yeah, and he's living in the moment. You can see it, you know. This is combat man. This is a hand-to-hand combat dude. This is what he does, what he loves to do. And a record of 9-8 is a true martial artist. You can win all your fights safely, or you can go into gunfights, coach, like this man does.
100%, and you can also expect from Maduev. He have Artem Levin and Thiago Pitbull Alves on his corner, so you know there's going to be some real high-level striking expected for this young man.
Yeah, I was going to point that out. In the corner of Sadiq Maduev, we have Thiago Alves, UFC standout.
Yeah, he's taken over as the striking coach, really, at ATT.
Yeah, very nice. Artem Levin, too, legendary Russian kickboxer, glory veteran, multiple times world champion. So,
Fighters, enter the pit.
So 2 very worthy men are going to be vying for a karate combat contract here in our first 155-pound bout.
Ready?
Black pants for Bad Combo Henry,
Buddy,
white
ready?
pants
Buddy,
for
you ready?
Maduev. And founded in 2018, Hex Trust is a leading digital asset service offering a range of services and a leader in staking.
Bad combination, comes out southpaw, right hand forward, touching over top with the right.
Well, Maduev shakes that off quickly and he goes up the open side. We've got a classic orthodox versus... Oh, let's see, I love seeing these guys fight for that foot position on the outside.
Yeah, a lot of modern fighters will now dart to the inside foot position and attack on the inside as well, and surrender the outside as a route to get to the opponent. Yes, coach?
yes, Maduev right now, what he was doing, staying southpaw, doing the correct thing, was kicking inside of the legs, and on a battle against southpaw and orthodox, the orthodox have the advantage of kicking on the ribs, kicking on the bigger side of the liver, so you can expect them to abuse some good body shots, some good kicks.
Maduev ate a shot there. So first one finding its way through from Bad Combo.
Nice outside kick.
Bad combination turns back to orthodox again.
So they're managing the distance well here. Good feeling out process, but they're getting a few shots in.
Maduev didn't just catch or block, he did the fun part and he kicked back.
100%. He's staying sharp, he's staying on the distance, putting fence. Henry also staying good.
Well, so far the intent to kind of push forward aggressively is coming from Bad Combo. Maduev, though, he's playing a little bit more of a counter game, but both guys toe-to-toe in the middle of the pit here.
Maduev is touching up that front leg, And if Bad Combination just lets him do it and doesn't feed him knuckles every time he does it, he'll do it all night.
Nice to see a whole variety of kicks coming from Bad Combo, though. He's gone open side, we've got side kicks there, we saw a front kick, but he's not setting them up yet with the hands.
But when he does switch, now he hooks his way in. Fantastic stuff.
Nice single leg, well completed by Maduev. Really ran the pipe quickly there. And he can strike from this position, but the knees go down. And this should be, well, he gets back up. Yeah. So a reminder, under the karate combat rules, as long as you are continuously striking from a legal position, which is anything other than both knees on the ground, you can keep flurrying in that ground and pound. 30 seconds left here.
Yeah, I like the way that Henry kicks through. He'll throw the kick, change the stance, throw the kick.
100%. Henry been biting his mouthpiece. He's been throwing the heaviest shots on this round. But Maduev was smart. He put a little less volume, but he was picking the correct shots. Scored a takedown, put some ground and pound.
Henry's front hand is actually super dangerous.
Oh, what a great first round here as they clatter into the edge of the pit wall. We're going to see out the closing seconds in the clinch and still swinging right to the bell.
That exchange at the end was dangerous for all parties involved.
This is like, some of these are turning into a bit of a firefight, but Maduev got clipped a couple of times there.
He did.
As they head back to their corners.
Bad Combination just chilling out in the corner. He's very unpredictable. He doesn't follow the typical rules of engagement. Even here, as he walks through
the right hook.
Yeah, the rear hand touch too. He's sort of walking through his combinations here.
Those are the hardest fighters for you to fight because they do not fight on a pattern. So do not, even though you fight on a textbook technique, it's kind of hard to see some shots because they'll just take chances that other high-level fighters would not.
They behave in ways your training partners never do.
100%.
And for our audience at home, it's really as simple as weird is hard in fighting.
It certainly is. It's just hard to predict, and it's not what you're used to. Second round about to get underway here. Maduev and Bad Combo, Henry. Who are you giving that first round to, guys, if you had to wager?
What do you say, Coach?
Bad Combo finished it better than he started. Got some good shots. Remember, Maduev, he was smarter with his shots. He was throwing side leg kicks.
Whoa!
Nice flying knee.
Big flying knee attempt.
He scored that kick down the
missed
ground and
by
pound.
the smallest margin.
He's a fun fighter to watch because he's having fun, right? But Josh, my answer is I think Bad Combination might be ahead, but if you had to bet on who's going to win at the end, if Maduev is still awake, if he's not unconscious, he will start to take over because he's gaining more information.
You can kind of see why Jeremy Henry has a 100% finish rate, right?
Yeah.
It's like throw everything at it, and if it lands, you're probably going to sleep.
Yeah. And it's a tough way to make a living, but you will get hired to fight any day of the week when you're a guy like Bad Combination. Fun to watch. He's enjoying himself. But Maduev is gaining more knowledge as the fight goes on. He's gaining more information.
So,
and Coach, we talked about it. Weird is hard. He doesn't behave like your training partners, but every minute you know more about him.
100%. He's been able to map it. He's putting less volume versus Back Combo. He's been putting a lot of heat on his punches. He's switching stance. He's putting a lot of volume. I want to see how Back Combo can deal with the cardio going to the third round if he goes.
I mean, what we hope is, right, professionals over 3 threes, you should be able to sprint for 3 threes.
Maduev landed a right hand over the top, turned his hip really too, so he's starting to really find, but he eats one on the way out.
Well, Levin in the corner of Maduev is calling him to move forward here. For that jab, still keeping the range.
Nice shot.
Oh, I think the short shot on the inside landed.
For Alvarez to push him forward, Alvarez is probably reading anecdotal signs of fatigue in Bad Combination. So then you take the last minute and you really push him.
So just a reminder, elbows are legal in karate combat. Can't land them to the top of the head, but you can certainly land them against the pit wall. You get a quick break from the referee here into the final minute of round number 2. And boy, this one's going fast.
Yeah, imagine being these guys, how fast it's going.
I mean, I don't think we've got CompuStat online tonight, but I would love to see the stats for how many shots have been thrown.
Oh, uppercut from Bad Combo. I love saying Henry's nickname. It's fantastic.
So back to southpaw. He's done a good job of mixing this up. And orthodox again.
There's the overhand again from Maduev.
Oh,
Maduev blocked but didn't answer that time. This is the first time.
I mean, he did throw back, but the shots are definitely coming with a little bit less zip.
His right hand has gotten through 3 times in this round, but Henry just keeps firing back.
Oh, he sits on that left hook as well. End of round number 2, and boy, have we got a fight on our hands.
I think back combo won this round, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe Maduev won the first one. What I want to see on this latest round, the last round right now, is Maduev stay more disciplined, but keep putting that constant pressure to see how much of a toll that round took on his on back combo's cardio.
So what advice would you give to Maduev going into this next round, if he's potentially behind?
To not engage in a dogfight, stay disciplined and pick some better shots, and keep constant pressure. Not even about the volume, just keep that pressure on him and let now back combo keep throwing hard shots, just blocking using counter punches from there.
With a flying knee and a front kick in the same couple of minutes right there. This guy, yeah, same couple of seconds.
And
exactly.
it landed as well. It did.
Yeah.
It was grazing.
Yeah,
it did land.
And here, straight up the middle. That you use that kick the same way in a cowboy movie when you flip the table and start gunning, right? To make space. But if you hit with it, even better.
Step back. Touch him up.
Well,
right.
we have got 3 more minutes
Fight.
for your viewing pleasure to decide who's going to take this bout. Very solid leg kick to open.
Yeah.
Doing a good job of getting in and out, and already gets clipped.
Oh, nice.
What a shot from Bad Combo. He's trying to finish with the ground and pound here.
He's hurting him. And he's passing, punching. Got to keep one knee up.
Down,
No,
both
that's
knees
it.
down. Both knees down. Come up,
I think passing the guard was almost a mistake there.
Yeah.
But Maduev takes his time getting back up, and
Stop,
you can't shoot a clean double.
Stop.
Can't immediately commit both hands to the legs.
2 minutes and 20 seconds is a long time when you're tired and buzzed.
Oh, and the
Nice.
jumping knee.
Stop. Let's go. No more double legs. Come on.
Well, he's going
Let's go.
for it
Come
now.
on.
And I think
Henry's
smelling blood in the water.
He's
Look
got
at
it.
that. Straight into the uppercut.
Last time you do that, all right? Go.
And Maduev is not being allowed to save himself with the clinch game.
Watch Henry for the uppercut here. If you're Henry, you go in tight and fire the uppercut on this exit right here.
Henry got a
Here it is.
Stop.
Oh, and
Henry
Maduev
got to be a
is
little more
gonna- he's gonna
disciplined
have
right
to
now.
stop
Use
going
more
down,
fakes
or
and throw
the
more
referee is
substantial
going to
shots.
call a stop to this one.
Stop.
Oh, guard pull.
Yeah, they
Wow.
could. You could call it.
Stop takedown. Come on.
I almost think Henry's got to keep a bit more range here.
right.
And stop
Exactly.
him.
I want to see him now use more fakes and pick his shots. He already made the statement that he needs for this round, so I think he just got to go and pick more of his shots and throw heavier shots, but with less volume and with a better target, better aim.
Well, Maduev says, I'm not quite done yet, as he lands a couple down into just over a minute left.
Henry is tired himself, but he... Oh,
Nice body shot.
Stop.
Maduev wants this clinch to slow it down, and
Smart. It's smart play by Maduev, but
Stop.
Nice
Henry
up.
here, they shouldn't stop it. Henry can strike. So actually the ref's starting to do a bit of a disservice here because Henry could strike.
Until it's down to the ground and the flurry has ended, the referee's got to let it go. We've got about 30 seconds left here, and there's still Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Henry with the knee. The ref could choose, yes.
Oh, and he's
going to
wave it off. I think that's a great call.
Great fight,
job.
son.
Bad combination. Henry gets the job done. As he dabs up, Alex Pereira sitting pitside next to us.
I'm a fan.
I'm a fan.
What a great performance.
Back combo shows some great combos today.
I mean, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right, Coach.
He is wearing some damage, though. So he didn't have it all his own way.
When you're a 10-8 fighter out in the world of combat sports, you wear damage, win or lose.
100%.
Right? You show up to fight, you bring it every time. You're unpredictable, which he is. You're erratic, sometimes irrational. The flying knee late when you're exhausted, pretty irrational decision making, and yet exciting. And when you win by finish every time.
100%. He took the risk to sacrifice his cardio, sacrifice the fight sometimes, just move forward. But this is the kind of fight that we expect from a guy like this, a show.
And some coaches would be mad at him.
100%. I would too.
Well, there's some replays at the end of the fight and a great need to end it, and not able to answer the call repeatedly is Maduev. He's going to drop his first loss in 3 fights now, but back-to-back wins for Bad Combination Henry, and he is going to pick up a Karate Combat contract in this lightweight 155 division.
I'm so glad to hear that, because this guy is a lot of fun.
Really look forward to having him back.
And like Coach said, for the audience at home, the fights you love and the fighters who fight the way you love, their coaches do not like it. This man's coach, however, looks like he's cut from the same cloth as him.
Let's go ahead and get the official decision and meet a very happy Bad Combination Henry.
And by form of knockout, the winner, Bad Combination Henry!
Your winner by TKO deep in the third. What was the difference maker for you guys in that fight? What gave him the edge, Coach?
I think first I could see a little, like Bad Combo sacrificing his cardio a little bit, but I think the big difference here that he was willing to drag Maduev to the deep waters and see who survives swimming back up.
For me, it's like we said at the very beginning. In fighting, weird is hard, and he's a weird fighter in all the best ways. I mean that is the greatest compliment I could give. He's 1 of 1, and 1 of 1 is hard to fight.
100%. Maduev accepted the dog fight, and that took a big toll on his cardio. He started good, putting good combinations, some calf kicks, but then he got on the same groove of fighting that Bad Combo did, and then pay off for Bad Combo.
And sometimes it's just about being free to let yourself fight.
100%.
And he fought very, very free, unedited, unencumbered by rational thought. He fought.
Bad Combo went there to give his all, and he did today.
I'll tell you what, we've got 2 more guys who are going to show us some outstanding technique coming up in the next bout. It's going to be Claudio Ribeiro, who you need to go back and watch his previous fight, because that was amazing. He's taking on former Olympic boxer Michel Borges from Brazil. That's coming up next as we look back at the end of that fight. Stay with us here on Karate Combat. Brave Browser, your official internet browser of Karate Combat. 3 times faster than Chrome and the best privacy online. Visit brave.com. Your third fight of the evening, it is, sorry, a bit of technical difficulty there. Claudio Ribeiro, Cloud taking on Michel Borges. We'll talk about them more in the walkouts. Let's go ahead, get these 2 in the pit.
All right. In the catchweight, 195 pounds, we have in the blue corner, Michel Borges.
Michel Borges fighting out of legendary Brazilian gym Nova União in Rio de Janeiro. Really, his base style is boxing at 160 Olympic boxing matches. Guess how many he won, Robin?
I'm going to go with 149.
130. 130 wins in Olympic boxing. Took 5th in the Summer Olympics in the light heavyweight division, representing Brazil. But he's transitioned to MMA. He's had a couple of MMA fights, one by ground and pound, the other he was out-wrestled a little bit as well. So still trying to adapt to the new game, but we are really, really excited to see how his level of boxing does against more diverse mixed martial arts in the pit here.
And when we watch a boxer in the pit here, of course you want to watch his hands because that's what he specializes in, but you really want to watch his feet. Where is he when he throws? Is he all the way out? Is he stepping off and forcing you to turn towards him? It's the placement of his feet that will set up his his
We're
punches.
hoping that the angles he can cut here are just totally different to some of the other things you've seen.
Because at this level, what happens is you step out to somebody. If I step toward Josh's right, he must turn towards me. And in that moment where he turns towards me, that's when you punch him in the chin. And somebody of this level, it's his ability to move his feet that will set up his hands.
In the red corner, Claudio Ribeiro, Clau.
Que mente, né, mano? Aquele amigo que é abusado.
É, viado, você tá ligado que tem várias abusadas que mente, né, mano? Daí fazendo a mesclagem, você tá ligado o que dá, né?
Boa ideia, mano. Se juntar os nomes fica maneiro. Tipo, mente abusada?
Well, trust
Não,
me,
né?
we're
Não.
all very happy to have this man, Claudio Ribeiro, back in the Karate Combat pit. Coming in tonight is your favorite Karate Combat 58 in December. He took out Eynaud, who's in our co-main event tonight. And Robin, he did it by having his visa clear at around midnight and landing at 4 a.m. in the morning on the day of the fight. And then he comes in and starches one of the kind of division favorites.
So that takes a real performer. Not just a fighter or a martial artist, but a game day performer. Somebody who's able to manage what they can control, stay serene through the chaos, and when the time comes, do what you got to do. That's a lesson not just for fighting, but that's a lesson for life.
Yeah, he's a guy who's been around a long time as well. I mean, across all disciplines, he's had well north of 50, almost 60 professional bouts. MMA record 13-6. Again, another guy with a 100% knockout rate in the bouts that he has won. So tremendously good at finishing and getting in there. He's also a UFC veteran, a Dana White Contender Series veteran, and he's currently the #1 ranked middleweight in Brazil.
Yeah, I mean, this is what he does, right? Birds fly, fish swim. This man fights people in cages and pits and rings and platforms all around the world. Should we all be so lucky to find what we were meant to do, like this man has?
I meant to see a great fight tonight. You know, we talk about Olympic boxing from Brazil, served on the military there, he's from the army, have all his extensive boxing experience against a UFC veteran. So I want to see how Claudio can implement his kickboxing game against a high-level boxer.
So that is the tail of the tape for Claudio. 33 years old. You see that huge record, 46-11.
Geez, at 33, right? 57 fights. Presumably he started at about 17.
Right.
So that leaves you 16 years to have 51 fights. So it's just every 3 months, your whole adult life.
Fighters, enter the pit.
Fight fans, you can now watch Karate Combat live and bet live with our official crypto sportsbook partner, CloudBet. If you sign up tonight, you'll receive double the welcome package up to $5,000 in cash. Head to cloudbet.com/karate or use code karate to secure your welcome offer. Watch and bet live now on CloudBet. Well, Borges in the white, Ribeiro in the black.
Oh, Borges took a moment to fire the right hand, but Cloud got to him. He's going to place him here, and they don't have this in Olympic boxing.
Yeah, he did just seem a little bit tentative there in the first engagement, didn't he?
We were talking about moving your feet on angles, circular motion or lateral motion. That's what the Olympic boxer needs.
Claudio already cut on the right side of the eye after the first exchange.
Yeah, got his shots in early there.
Yeah, Borges is almost fighting like,
wow,
like he
that's
wants,
another thing.
Yeah, you don't have that. He's fighting like he wants to land one big one, like one kill shot. Oh, or this.
And that could land. The boxer tumbles to the ground. Ground and pound for the finish. Who gets another stoppage win.
Literally, those were two men who just pulled their swords out and started hacking.
That's what I expected from Claudio. He was putting started kicking him. He started fighting the distance for the hands with the kicks, make Borges aware, more concerned of the kicks than the hands and finishing the hands.
You know, Ribeiro, another guy who just, every punch is loaded, every strike is just mean.
He's just really connected to the ground when he throws, right? Energy is transferred from your feet through the hips, through the core, and out the knuckles of the balled fist. He's always connected. When we see the replays, you'll see they both stood there and we're going to stand there till somebody fell, which is ill-advised. Again, a coach ain't going to like this, but here we have it.
Some celebratory dancing from Clau Clau. 2 wins in a row against tough guys. One of them, Eynaud, and of course,
I want to see that
Borges
replay.
tonight.
You know, you'll see that both of their feet are connected to the ground. Watch. Throw. Oh, nobody was moving out. Everyone was going to stand in that range until somebody fell on that.
Looked like it really caught him low on the jaw with that left hook. But
they had a glancer on the way down.
Yeah.
Shook the head. Congratulations, son.
Nice. He just came over to the commentary booth and shook all our hands. He's paying respect to everybody pitside.
This is what he does, right? Like we said, when you're a lucky human, you know what you were put on earth to do. This man was put on earth to separate other men from their consciousness in rings, cages, and pits around the world. And he's done that again tonight.
And by form of knockout, Claudio Ribeiro Clau is your winner.
Claudio Ribeiro victorious. You know what? We got some guys around this weight coming up a bit later on the card. We got Uriah Hall. We got Marcus Perez.
I like how you're thinking.
We've got some fun bouts. We can stack this guy in. Other dudes who are just going to sit there and throw with tremendous amounts of power.
You know, look at the way that his body is structured. Some part sprinter, part swimmer. Like he's built his biology for this purpose.
Well, we didn't really get to see him go that deep in his first bout either. Again tonight, quick work. I'd love to see their veteranship, and he just celebrating with our former heavyweight champ, Sam Alvey, in the corner there.
He doesn't want to go, you know. Some people want to get in and out quick. He doesn't want to leave. This is where he was meant to be.
It's tough, right? He probably doesn't feel like he's done a whole lot this evening. Well, congratulations to Claudio Borges. Claudio Ribeiro. Victorious in our third preliminary bout. We've got one more prelim coming your way. And it's a bit of a unique character in WingedC taking on Jaden Torres. That's your last preliminary bout coming your way from Karate Combat 59. The next fight starts soon. Log on to place your bets at cloudbet.com/karate and follow @cloudbet on X for your chance to win free USDT airdrops throughout the fights.
You know,
Welcome back to Karate Combat 59. Your fourth and final prelim is going to start just shortly. And Robin, it's between a slightly late replacement in Jaden Torres taking on a man who, I want to call him like Marmite, right? You either love him or you hate him.
Yeah.
It's kind of, we've always had this fusion of kind of accepting that, hey, there's an entertainment component to why some guys fight where they do and how they do. And WingedC is one of those guys, right? He started on street beefs, these kind of viral backyard fights. But he's slowly sort of stepped up to take on legitimate competition, APFC and tonight here at Karate Combat.
so street beefs also leveled up as it came along, right? Like at different stages of it. It started out, these two people don't like each other. Over time, it became about human beings learning to fight in real time. And that's kind of what you're looking at with WingedC. And like we said, weird is hard. When you learned not in a gym, but in different environments, you actually behave often very unpredictably.
100%. I saw actually a couple of fights on WingedC yesterday. He was showing me. Think that he was just breakdancing on the floor and just went up and threw a right hand on the guy. So a guy like that is a guy that the opponent got to keep his guard up all the time, which is hard because he's supposed to be loose, supposed to engage a state of flow, and it's very hard to do against an opponent so unorthodox like him.
You know, it's tough, right? Because what happened to him in his last fight, right, is he was doing all this feints, he was having all this fun, and he just put himself out of position, ate a leg kick, or a head kick, sorry, and that was kind of, you know, all she wrote.
Yeah, and that's the risk you run, right? To behave unpredictably is why is there a predictable way to fight? Because we want to be in balance. We want to be in a state where we can see and feel everything. It's like a language. You start, you know, playing with language and inventing words, often you're off balance and out of position, and that's when you get knocked out.
At the end of the day, this is martial arts. It's a form of art, and he has his way to paint his own paint.
That's right.
Now, he's facing a very experienced fighter who, whilst he's a shorter notice replacement, you know, he's currently a wrestling coach. He's a former flyweight Muay Thai champion, and he's a guy who in all his fights has never gone the distance, win or lose. So we're going to be in for a scrap this evening.
Yes, and when you haven't gone the distance, you're a risk taker too, right? So it's a great last-minute matchup to put two risk takers together. But he's also somebody very schooled in the fundamentals, and the way you beat a WingedC is with fundamentals. You put the fun back in the fundamentals, and you keep it simple.
100%. When you fight a guy that's very unorthodox and break that state of flow all the time, unfortunately, you have to fight at the most disciplined and fundamental way.
And you can win a fight against a guy like this with simply a jab and a low kick. You minimize the menu, and then you work with the least flavors you need.
Absolutely. Fundamentals win championships.
Well, that's how you win championships. Let's see if that's how you win prelim fights tonight. We're going to go ahead and get these two fighters in the pit. This is the last of your prelim bouts this evening. It is WingedC taking on the Prince of Puerto Rico, Jaden Torres.
All right, in the bantamweight division, 135 pounds in the blue corner, the Prince of Puerto Rico, Jaden Torres.
A very proud Puerto Rican is Jaden Torres, although he's currently located in Spring Hill, Florida. And he's a wrestling coach at Central High School in Brooksville, so I hope lots of his students and athletes are going to watch him compete this evening.
Oh, when coach fights, everybody's got to watch. You gotta. And you know, man, being able to grab the body in any type of control position, body lock, whatever you can get away with. Not a double, you can't shoot a double, but there's many different types of ways we can engage the body. It's a really good idea when you got a crazy, unpredictable fighter in front of you.
See, 21 years old is this bantamweight. It's his debut here with KC, and technically his pro debut after a good, lengthy amateur career. And Robin, he had my favorite quote about his opponent. He just said, look, he's pretty weird. That was it.
See, he's right. You know, he's right.
In the red corner, it's WingedC.
A lot of energy being burned right here.
Right? Well, WingedC Funny, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Makes his way to Karate Combat Pit and brings a bit of a social media following with him as well. He's come from a family of athletes, father and brothers are all fairly accomplished wrestlers in collegiate divisions. And you know, as much as he's kind of a unique character and you know, people can feel one way or the other about this,
he puts himself through it. He tests himself. He's got some great success here and there with good bits of technique. He can do it all. He just has this kind of flowy style that can be a bit hit or miss.
Yeah, you know, honestly, fighting is about self-expression. It's about individuality. That is the root of what it is you're doing in here. Some people sing and dance and draw, paint, build houses. Other people fight. When you fight, you want to be authentic to who you are, and this man's authentic.
Absolutely, like I said before, still a form of arts, martial arts. He do not get it twisted. WingedC put on the show, do all these walkouts, but he can fight.
He can fight. And he does fight. He gets in and he fights.
He is coming off one of the first losses of his career. He stepped up at APFC, Anthony Pettis' organization, and went down to a guillotine choke. He actually rocked his opponent in the first round, but then got caught with that head kick and choked. So looking to bounce back with the organization here tonight.
Fighters, enter the pit.
Love it.
We're going to start in the corner.
Aglaya is the official interoperability partner of Karate Combat,
Round one,
uniting
you ready?
fighters and fans across
Are you
blockchains.
ready?
Welcome
Fight!
to the aggregation age. Oh, well, quick start here. And WingedC looks to get going early here. A lot of movement. Got to have some cardio for this. A nice jumping knee.
Stop,
Yeah, you stop that one.
WingedC got to be aware of those flying knees when he put the hand down like that. The head down.
That was a natural.
Cut the angle really nicely to take all the power out of that kick.
He flowed away from the target.
Nice knee.
Well, they're both trying some jumping and spinning attacks right now, and Torres got to be a little bit careful he doesn't just dive in for a low clinch every time.
Torres with the spinning reach around. The thing is, when you're a WingedC type, you can draw your opponent into behaving like you. It's natural for you to behave this way.
Do you think this is characteristic for Torres in
No.
the way he fights? Absolutely not.
He's out, maybe. He's out. He's got the grip. He's got the grip on the
I want
wrist.
to see if Torres fell on his head when he hit the
That is
pit.
going to do it. The ground and pound from WingedC.
Unreal. Honestly.
That's great.
Honestly, like, that was a natural expression of this man's combat. And then when he got him down, he controlled the wrist underneath with his own wrist.
Yeah, we'll get some replays for you in a minute, but look, it was a great takedown on the wrestler, and he landed straight into that Dagestani handcuff, that control behind the back, which really makes your opponent's ability to cover or pivot or turn so tough.
Under the spinning reach around, I like to call it. Here, he's already controlling with the wizard. Now he moves into the wrist ride right here and then hammers him out. Opponent had grabbed almost a reach behind Wizard on the left hand, and it's his awareness, right? Right here, watch the arm, right there. It's awareness to where his hand is, immediately controls the wrist, and then starts punching away. That was actually really great flow, coach.
High-level techniques on this kid, good potential. He was able to make Torres fight the way that WingedC wanted him to fight. Welcome to Karate Combat, WingedC.
Yeah, I mean, I think flow is such a great word that was used, right? Flow state, getting in there, just moving with them.
Your winner, WingedC.
Well, WingedC is your winner as he celebrates a little bit more with some break dancing. He's going to head up pit side and get a couple of words with Robin. who's having to do a bit of sprinting to the other side of the pit here.
WingedC earned the spotlight for his show.
Right, he definitely got the assignment as he celebrates with some people in the crowd, and Robin's going to try and curtail him a little bit. Well, he is a character, we'll give him that.
What did you think? I mean, it's unbelievable because a lot of people said, hey, this guy's just all for show. He doesn't have any. Come on, look at him. He has the talent. He knows how to walk out. He knows how to fight. And there you go. You know, he
picks his nose clean. WingedC, listen, my friend. Fighting is an expression of individuality.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. How are you doing?
WingedC's mom. Fighting is an expression of who you are. Individuality. Correct?
Yeah. Chat, for those of you that don't know me, I'm the First Division captain of the Death Squad Requiem. My name is Balkua WingedC. Yes!
WingedC. Coach, do we give this guy a karate combat contract right now?
Let me tell you, without a doubt, you're going to see him back. I absolutely love him in every way. I mean, he's so talented. He's such a great person. I love his crew. Easy to work with. You're going to see WingedC back.
Thank you, Coach. WingedC, have one more word with us here. Listen, you came out here. You did the thing. You were an individual, did it your way. You picked your nose. You're probably going to eat it now. Yeah, I knew it. This is your moment. Say anything you want to say to anyone you want to say.
Oh, giving me the microphone.
Chat! Still holding it.
Just kidding. Chat, this is just but a small stepping stone in my story. I want a magnificent story that leads me to the top. Not only for my sparring partners, for my friends, for my family, but for you guys. I want to captivate all of your hearts, and I will. Mark my words, chat. Right now, you're not as loud, but I'll give it to you. I'll give you a performance that you'll never forget. Thank you guys for having me. DSR to the moon!
Coach, we're not going to forget that performance. Let's hear it for WingedC. He's a weirdo, but this guy can fucking fight.
Well, a successful debut for WingedC as he celebrates once more in the pit and ends our prelims here. And Coach Cruz, you can call it kind of a bit wacky all you want, but he had fun. He showed some good technique. He got the win. I mean, that was great.
Brother, we need guys, more like guys like this in the industry. He not only put on one show, but he, like I said before, he can fight. Don't get it twisted. All the jumping shows and all the flashy outside, the kid can fight. And that's what we want to see.
That's exactly what we want to see here at Karate Combat as he gets his final celebrations in. That is the end of our prelims. Our main card is coming up right now. We've got a whole host of great bouts coming your way, including, of course, our women's strawweight title at the top of the fight. Stay with us here before we crack on. A word from our sponsor, Hedera.
Uploading gaming is different. When a fight comes up, if you have karate tokens, you place them on a fighter. If he wins, you get additional tokens. If he loses, you don't lose anything. Web3 has allowed us to engage the fans and do things that we couldn't do with traditional tools. We're looking for 10, 20 million fans. Traditional blockchains don't support that kind of volume. We're enjoying the journey. We're really excited about the community's response within Web3 and traditional sports.
Okay, so all the karate combat fighters that you're going to see tonight have a background in karate. What you might not know is that all these guys have different styles. Goju Ryu, Shito Ryu, Kyokushin, Kempo Karate, Shotokan Karate. Today, we are going to focus on Shotokan and on Kyokushin. Shotokan. All long stances, wide stances. All the kicks are above the waist, and their blocks and counters are not circular movements like you see a lot. It's very more precise. If he gives me a right straight, boom, boom, and there's the counter right away.
Kyokushin focus on powerful blows in order to inflict as much damage as possible. They are allowed to kick the legs, no punch to the face, and they are specialists in close-range combat.
Yes, I always call it fighting in a phone booth, because this, what you see in a Kyokushin match, that's it. They will never see a moment if he gives me a kick that I'm moving out of the way. They like to take it and immediately counter. Big difference in styles.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what style of karate do you practice, because a punch is a punch, a kick is a kick. So, may the best man win.
Us.
Look at this.
Get ready, karate combat is on its way.
Battle the kid is white flags. Not on my level where I stand. Got it, I'm shooting a hot hand. Out of the gym, I was locked out. I failed, the kid was a dropout. I changed the game and it's up now. The city, they need me, it's clear now. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the...
Sandman, I can tap dance through the energy blast. Run flat, never pop your orbit. I keep energy.
Welcome back to Inside the Mana Convention Center here in Miami, Florida. Karate Combat 59 kicking off 2026 with a bang. Josh Palmer, Robin Black, Coach Cruz on the call for you here this evening. It's a packed house. It's been a great start to the night already. And guys, we've had 4 fantastic bouts already this evening.
Yeah, I think there was, what, 1 or 2 knockouts in that?
One decision, 3 knockouts. But the decision was a rock'em sock'em war.
Just all craziness. Just like you come to expect here. Brilliant matchmaking, incredible characters, and high-level martial artistry, Coach.
Real high-level martial arts, real high-level show, brother. That's why you expect a karate combat. That's why I tell everybody, you want to see non-stop action, you want to pay it off your time in front of the TV, you got to watch Karate Combat.
Yeah, if this is your first time joining us here, live and free as always on YouTube, thank you for joining us. You can see it's a party atmosphere. The crowd gets super close to the pit. It's such a unique environment. And you, of course, can go back in our archives on YouTube and watch all of the previous Karate Combat episodes that we have. We've got a great fight card coming up this night tonight for you. Let's take a look at the main card this evening. Top of the bout order tonight, it's the women's strawweight title fight. Monica Chachlikova taking on Lily Ferrer from Brazil. Both ladies getting it done last time out back in October. Very excited to have them here this evening. Two guys who don't like each other. We've said it before, Uriah Hall, Jaden Eynaud. They've been sparring back and forth online for a very long time now. They're going to settle it in the pit in our co-main tonight. Marcus Perez, always exciting, lots of power in the light heavyweight division. He's taking on fellow Brazilian Vitor Costa. Oscar Remihana from New Zealand is taking on Brazilian Glyco Franca. And first up tonight, we've got the debut of the unbroken Roy, fresh off the Dana White Contender Series appearance against fellow veteran Elias Garcia. And Hall and Eynaud. Uriah Hall, we saw him make his debut with us back last year. It was very
Yeah, it appears chaotic, it appears complex. Him, it is just fighting. It's just how he fights. And this guy also colors outside the lines. He's a heavy hitter, and you know, he's going to try to upset Uriah and make him emotional in this fight, and then be real hard-nosed and get to him. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I mean, these two are going to measure up beautifully. You got this young woman who's a bit of a thug, aggressive, you know, ornery, and gets in your face and tries to rough you up. You took her lunch money, and she's going to make you pay for it. And her opponent here last time faced somebody with that approach, but then fought intelligently, fought, you know, with, you know, played with the game, played with the distance, played with the timing, and these two will match up beautifully. What? Yes. Well, Walter Walker, I'm sorry. Walter Walker, of course, a heel hook specialist, facing off against Zion Clark. And as Josh said earlier, he doesn't have heels to hook. He is a very unique individual who's built his entire game around his body type, and his body type is one of one. So when you put these two together, you're going to see a fascinating contest. The Unbroken Roy, debuting here in Karate Combat. A flashy, fascinating fighter, and he's got a tough one here against Garcia.
35 pounds in the blue corner, Elias El Pescador Garcia.
So Garcia will come out first in the blue corner. Coach, are you familiar with these two fighters?
Oh, I know Garcia is a former champion of Octagon Combat. Got the Octagon and the high level promoted in Europe. So you can expect it in the UFC that both UFC that both Dana White Contender Series, Royal Dana White Contender Series. So you know that these guys are experienced, you know these guys are seasoned. So I'm in here for a great night.
Yeah, that's a great fight to kick off the main card. Now, Octagon is a fantastic show in Eastern Europe.
I think the best promotion in Europe right now. It's the best fighters over there. Europe have great talent overall. So for you to be champion over there, you got to be real high level.
I just want to say hi, Robin.
Eddie Alvarez comes over to say hello.
The man, the legend.
And congratulations, Underground King. You're
beautiful work, brother.
Phenomenal
beautiful
tonight.
Work.
Well, Finlay he's on the mat now, brother. He's on the mat.
Do not expect nothing less coming from you, bro.
I told the team this guy's made for TV. He's made for TV.
Eddie Alvarez, so good to see you, sir. One of the great fighters in all of fighting history, Eddie Alvarez.
In the red corner, the Unbroken Roy.
Very excited to have the Unbroken Roy here fighting for us.
So fresh off the Dana White Contender Series, the AFPC flyweight champion.
Some incredible knockouts in this guy's collection of moments, including how he won the Anthony Pettis Invitational Anthony Pettis Fighting Championship.
Yeah, you know, Robin, there's a whole story behind this as well. He beat Anthony Pettis' star student at APFC, and now he's coming in taking on Anthony Pettis' cousin tonight. So Unbroken Roy trying to really get on the bad side of the Pettis clan.
Yeah, and we're sending some love to Anthony Pettis and his show right here from the booth. But that finish, I broke it down on my Instagram and took a look at, it was a multitude of spins between him and his opponent. Really one of the great combination fights between two really talented fighters. But Anthony Pettis is sending you love right now too. But this, we have said individual coach a few times. We've said one-of-one Unbroken Roy. There's only one Unbroken Roy, that's for sure.
I like that. I'm expecting a very good and aggressive fight on these two, but at the same time very technical.
Fighters enter the pit.
Are you ready? You ready? Fight!
Garcia touched gloves and then made the gap immediately.
So black pants for the Unbroken Roy, white pants for alias Garcia. They're underway here with 3 threes on the clock. Thanks for joining us here at Karate Combat 59.
Garcia opened with a round kick into a spinning back fist, which was part of the combination that Roy showed at Anthony Pettis' show.
Garcia using and abusing all the Showtime bloodline that he had on his own.
Yes.
He gets tagged there, though. Roy staying neatly in the pocket. Looking very calm and composed, stalking here.
Nice elbow.
Yeah, Roy comes in behind the elbow.
Oh, and that was going to be a great pin and punch if he'd been able to pop up to the ground and pound position, but stalled out just before that, so referee stands them back up to their feet.
Garcia right hand forward here.
Nice high kick. Garcia just seeking destroying. He's not here for too much flash, too much show. He just want to kill.
Yeah, Garcia caught the kick, but then didn't fire the rear hand after.
Very nice angles, very nice right hand on the body.
Garcia, that's a little range finder on the outside. There, Garcia with some hooks too now. Both guys just locked right in.
Yeah, so reminder, Karate Combat, if you're the one taking the center of the pit, you're the one pushing forward, you're the one trying to initiate and land the most significant damage. You're going to be the one who takes it on the judges' scorecards. Pit side here as we approach the final minute of round number 1.
Garcia's going to be dangerous while backing up. You see it right there. That's going to be part of the strategy here, is be dangerous backing up.
Yeah, it was a great counter strike, landed on the chin of the Unbroken Roy. Guys, you got to say, Roy staying very technical in all of his strikes. He's rotating really nicely.
Roy staying smart, and at the same time that he's putting pressure, he's not putting too much volume, but he's putting the right volume. He's fighting the good shots, the best shots. Like very good knee right now. If you see, he put pressure, he waits for Garcia to
and
throw.
there is a wince on the face of Garcia as he bails out to the single. But I think he could be done here. Was it the body shot?
I think he's saying it's the back of the head, perhaps. We'd have to look at that and see, and the ref didn't see it.
No, the referee is waving it off. He did not see a shot to the back of the head. Neither did we initially, but I'm sure we'll have a replay for you.
If there was a shot to the back of the head, the ref didn't see it and we didn't see it.
You gotta get up and fight back.
Yeah, got it. You're right, Coach. Because sometimes you get hit in the back of the head while facing forward with a curved tool or a different trajectory.
It's you strike the target as presented to you.
That's right.
The problem in here is the reality of the fact is to protect yourself at all times. But sometimes fighters want to stop.
Well, let's take a look here at the replay.
Kick the body.
Big body kick. And he was wincing at that point. Little elbow.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. He landed one elbow to the back of the head, potentially.
Yes. Now, where you're aiming matters, right? Did you intentionally target that, or are you aiming somewhere else and then the head is presented? There's a side one. Yeah.
But it's hard to aim at the same time because Garcia is moving, so Rory is just throwing his shots. And Garcia should have at least stood up and addressed to the referee that he got hit on the back of the head. Then the referee can stop or give a warning to the fighter.
We got to talk about that body kick he took because he was wincing instantly and hanging on to that single leg.
There under the armpit, which is why he grabbed there. And, you know, the head is moving. You're trying to tuck your head inside when the elbow comes down. Easy to watch at home in slow motion, but in real time, all Unbroken Roy is trying to do is hit a legal target, and then he collides with it.
He was on his flow.
Yeah.
He was on his flow. And like I say, the fighter doesn't dictate when to stop. You got to address with the referee. He got to stop.
Yeah. Well, what a great way to start off our main card here at Karate Combat 59. From the Goat Shed Gym just down the road here in Miami. So unsurprisingly, a bit of a partisan crowd for the Unbroken Roy. Let's go ahead and get this man's hand raised.
The winner by technical knockout, the Unbroken Roy!
Successful in his Karate Combat debut, winner by TKO. The Unbroken Roy extends his pro record to 11-2.
Roy.
He's going to get a word with Robin Pittside.
Roy, who's this young man?
This is my little lion, the Unbroken Cedar. Baby.
Young man, you should be very proud of your father. And I'm sure that he is. It's fantastic to get the pleasure of commentating one of your fights, sir. You're a very special martial artist. You faced off against somebody associated with Anthony Perez. Your families have a bit of back and forth, correct?
Yes, I mean, that's a guy that is a UFC vet. His lineage is Showtime. So I couldn't be more excited for this matchup. Technically, he was my ex-boss. I'm his champ of his promotion, so it was a pleasure to share the pit this time with Elias Garcia.
Unbroken Roy, this seems to be the place where you belong as a martial artist, as a combat sportsman, as a fighter. Yes?
I mean, I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I love it. I love the pit. It was a weird feeling, but I liked it. But I'm right now focused on MMA. Definitely my goal is the UFC. I have a clear message for Mick. If you're watching this, I'm tired of this. Like I said before, give me the opportunity to showcase in the big stage in the UFC. I heard you guys coming back in April here. I'm going to be in Vegas anyways for supporting my brother who's fighting in the UFC for March 7th. So I'm going to be there for him. I'm going to be there for Jillian. So any fight at 35, at 25, I'm ready to go. If no, April in Miami, I'll be ready too. But so far, I love the pit. Thanks to the president. Also, thank everybody in Miami for coming support. I want to say, una bulla Venezuela en esta mierda, caballero.
Let's go. Thank you, sir. Well, if the UFC are too dumb to bring you in there, please come back and grace us with some more fighting in the Karate Combat Pit.
Of course, I would love to. I love to. Every time I have the opportunity, you guys could see me here for sure. Also, guys, give your lives to God. This is the one that brought me here. He's using me as a tool for inspiring more people. So I want to praise the Lord and give all the glory to Him.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to watch you fight. Let's hear it for the Unbroken Roy.
Congratulations to the Unbroken Roy and Coach Cruz, a very composed performance. I mean, he stayed tight, he got his shots off well, and as you said, he wasn't overcommitting to anything. It was just really calculated.
Very professional, very composed. He went there not for show, he went there for business. He was on it. I like that he put the pressure without putting too much volume, pick his shots, making Garcia throw punches so he can come back and counterattack. The kid went there to seek a destroy.
Yeah, and he mixed all his shots up really well. I think I'm very excited to see if we can get him back here at the pit. We have so much more coming your way this evening. Next up, Oscar Remihana taking on the tough winner, Glyco Franca. But before we crack on, here's another word from our sponsors, Hidera.
What is built on Hedera? Some of the best tokenized projects on Earth. To get started, teams can launch their tokens on Headstarter or Meme Job. Then reward your community with a custom level on Smack Mosquito, Hedera's meme-tility game now available on iOS and Android. That's what's built on Hedera.
Welcome back to Karate Combat 59, live on YouTube from Miami, Florida. Moving on our main card, next up, Oscar Remihana from New Zealand taking on Glyco Franca. Robin, this is a great bout we've got coming up. We've got the winner of Tough 4 Brazil taking on a guy who, and it's the third time I'm going to say this tonight, has a 100% knockout finish rate.
Yeah, I guess the game of matchmaking Karate Combat is find people who are experts at knocking out other human beings and are risk takers. And that sounds simple, but it's actually a highly complex game to matchmake at this level. To put this on requires so many experts to pull it all together, but finding just the right matchups is a big part of it.
Yeah, Coach Cruz, you enjoying your evening here with us so far?
I'm having the time of my life, my brother.
Well, we appreciate your input. It's been great hearing how you would steer these fighters and what you can see versus what we can see from here. We, of course, have the best seats in the house here, Pitside. I mean, it's such a unique environment to get to watch fights from.
100%. I'm looking forward now to see Remihana. New Zealand, when the guy's a kickboxer from New Zealand, you know he's going to be good. Train at City Kickboxing, have a pro boxing background too. So I want to see how he can implement this game against his Brazilian stud Franca. 91% finish rate this kid has, so I'm in for a good night tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Oscar Remihana, you want to talk about his fight last time out. He took out a guy who is a huge fan favorite here in Brandon Jenkins.
Yeah, he sure did. And Brandon Jenkins is another one of these guys who's got 90-odd fights in all kinds of different disciplines. It's really difficult to do. We're sitting here next to a coach that fought at a high level all over the world. Coach, I want to ask you a question. When you're cornering fighters like this, do you feel the same stress as when you were fighting?
More. Because when I used to fight, even though fighting is a sport that have less control, they can do. I have even less when these guys are doing, and I'm passionate about what I do, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah. And
well, I'm going to let you go, but obviously, Coach, because you were the former, people who don't know, you were the former CFFC heavyweight champion as well, so a lot of veteranship. Glyco Franca tonight, you know, we spoke about his opponent. He's got a tremendous amount of veteranship coming into this. I mean, King of Pancrase, semi-finalist in the PFL in 2019 as well, and was the winner of Tough 4 Brazil. I mean, that is a experienced person who is going to be a very hard puzzle to figure out.
Yeah, and experience, what that does for you is there's less things that are unfamiliar, of course, right? And unfamiliarity is the biggest challenge in fighting.
Absolutely. Experience means that this guy been through a lot, sometimes been through all. So he will know better how to deal with moments of unpredictable situations. So the experience sometimes can play a bigger factor than cardio, than technique, than power.
They say it's hardest on the brain to process what they call novel experiences. So when something is different that you're unfamiliar with, but no matter how much experience you have, the pit is different. So there's always going to be unfamiliarity.
Well, it's a new sport, right? So it's hard to have experience on something new. But he can translate that experience here at the same time that the format, you have nowhere to go. You cannot lean up on like you do on a cage or on the ropes. Try to do that, you're going to fall. So, like I said before, it's non-stop action. And it's very hard for you to think wise when you're in a rush.
Yeah. To make intelligent decisions in a rush,
Absolutely.
under duress. So, and what you're hoping is that you've trained your body to make the right decision without thought.
That's why you got to train a lot to make muscle memory. Guys, sometimes there's many gyms now, they have their own pit to be able to replicate the situations that happen here.
As they should indeed. We've got these two guys ready to enter the pit here tonight. Let's go ahead and walk them. This is Oscar Remihana taking on Gleico Franca in the 170-pound welterweight division.
All right, in the welterweight division, 170 pounds, in the blue corner, Gleico Franca.
Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, and of course world famous ATT gym, Gleico Franca coming in as a slight underdog with our online betting partners CloudBet and a touch over plus 200. His last time out at Karate Combat, he did pick up a loss against Sergey Ponomarev back in December, but I think, if I'm right, Robin, he took that fight on 1 day's notice and went up a weight class.
Yes.
So this is kind of more of a reward. Hey,
yeah, let's
come in, let's see what you can actually do without some constraints.
And to be willing and able to step up on a day's notice and do whatever's necessary is sometimes how you earn the right to get, you know, a matchup that makes sense, like a reasonably matched fight and with 6 weeks notice, and he earned that. He certainly did.
Teletape for Gleico Franca. 25-9-1 overall record, and you see Muay Thai really is his base style, but a lot of mixed martial arts experience as well.
Looks like a big welterweight.
And now in the red corner, Oscar Remihana.
So this was Oscar Remihana last time out. You see that nice little kick up the open side, taking out Brandon Jenkins back at Karate Combat 58 in December. That was a round one head kick victory for him, and that really is the story of a lot of his bouts. They are huge knockout wins across MMA, across boxing, and of course across Karate Combat as well.
I love the feathered shoulder pads. Absolutely gorgeous. I guess more of a cape, really.
We're fighting out of Bali by way of Stratford, New Zealand. So a long trip over for him.
Now, both of these guys have done lots of fights, Coach, with 5-minute rounds. These 3-minute rounds, fighters love them because you don't have to save a lot. You don't have to fight anaerobically, or aerobically. You can fight aggressively and anaerobically.
Absolutely, you can just go 100%. And sometimes 3-minute rounds get you more tired than 5-minute rounds, because on 5-minute rounds and you're going in MMA, you can get to clinch, you can get to do takedowns, you can get to rest. Here, no, brother. Here is
sprinting. 3 minutes of sprinting with a backpack full of rocks on your back.
Yep.
Fighters, enter the pit.
Well, don't forget, you can go and download the Karate Combat app. Vote live on iOS and Android. And as always, thank you to the official browser of Karate Combat, Brave. Visit brave.com.
Franca's pushing forward. Remihana trying to keep the gap there. Digs one.
As you sort of mentioned at the end of the walkouts, Robin, huge frame on Glyco Franca for a welterweight.
Yeah, you see it, his back is starting to get bigger even as he's pressuring here. It's very smart against a flashy, high impact, especially in the first minute or two, Coach.
Very smart. Keep cutting that distance, using that clinch to be able to do his dirty boxing from there. Something that kickboxers usually is not used to when they fight on the ring.
Stop.
And the referee breaks them up for a cessation of strikes, but you're not considered grounded against the wall, so it was really the clinch that slowed it down.
So intuitively, you think it's going to be harder to push forward, but actually it's better for Franca to push forward and make the gap between their chests smaller.
Absolutely, and when you fight a high-level kickboxer like that, he's not going to be taking risks to get in a brawl, so it's not that hard to find that closer range to be able to push forward, because most likely he's either going to block or he's going to step back, and that's how he'll be able to fall on that pit like that.
Remihana tried that little flick with the left foot over the top that sat Brandon Jenkins down. Just narrowly missed against Franca here.
Nice body shot.
Remihana eats a knee up the middle from Franca. Franca's got, Franca's head snaps back like Perez.
Yeah, and that's what we talk about, setting your kicks up with the strikes up top. Beautiful, classic combination.
Franca's looking to use the elbows there and the knees really smart, but you get hit over the top when you clinch for too long.
I mean, we haven't seen it a whole lot tonight, but, you know, some of the Karate Combat fighters we have since we introduced elbow strikes in the clinch have just been vicious, and from two Thai boxers, I'd hope to see a little bit more of that tonight, maybe.
Nice low kick. Remihana pull good combinations. Franca is staying just right at the end of the punches from Remihana, so that helps him a lot. I mean, that's Franca got to fight right there.
Yeah, Franca just drives the knee straight up.
But look at the damage on the face of Franca now. Huge cut.
It would be
it's
worse.
Opened up under the right eye.
It could be worse backing up, so it looks violent moving forward. Now he is backing up, but it looks violent moving forward, but it could be worse moving back. So he's got to move into the fire, which is what he's doing.
Just jab low kick, and that is starting to really cause some damage now. There's noticeable fatigue to the lead leg of Franca.
Franca pull all the way in, outside trip, stands back up, and punches his way out, and a kick.
That was a great combination from Franca, and really great awareness to get back to a legal ground and pound position quickly.
Remihana goes body lock and tucks his head under the arm to hide behind the traps.
Well, the official clock a couple of seconds out of sync with our screen there, but that is the first 3 minutes in the books, and the cut team are going to go to work on the face of Franca. You can see in the corner there. Let's take a look back at some of the replays. Lead jab, low kick was a great weapon for the Kiwi.
Yeah, and a master can win a fight with a jab and a low kick.
Absolutely. Jab is the front door of the fight, the front gate. That's how you keep it. I think very good round right now. Franca seems to be a little more aggressive, but Remihana, I think, had the best of it. I'll give this round for Remihana.
Yeah, Franca's hanging in this one, and he's given a few shots back, but He's eating. Oh, and that was a nice slip elbow.
Yes.
Then Franca's used the left hook pretty nice, trying to elbow himself. He landed some knees up the middle. He's having some success.
Coach, what advice would you give to Franca going into this second round?
Keep this fight dirty.
Yeah. Keep it dirty.
It's really hard to do when you got a busted up face, but yet it's the right choice.
Yeah, and he lands early there. Oh, again, the low kick, though. You can see why Remihana is going to the well on it again.
When Franca keeps it dirty, keep going forward, keep throwing many strikes, he's the most successful in this fight.
And Coach,
what a combination.
If this was your fighter, too, he has the mental attributes to fight that way. You can see it. He's mentally can fight this gritty, dirty fight.
Absolutely.
Guys, we're going to talk about...
Try to be technical. This guy is not the best choice.
Low kick, left hook, low kick. Like, just counter rotation the whole time.
That's the K1 background.
Good counter by Franca. He's got a chance for ground and pound, but he gets pulled down onto the canvas.
Yeah, if you're watching at home, just watch the two knees of the fighter standing over.
Yeah, nice simple trigger to remember there. That will stand them back up.
If the knee touch back up, the fighter standing over, his knees touch and stand back.
Well, so far the cut team have done a good job of stymieing the blood flow from the face of Franca, but if he gets touched up two more there, could reopen pretty quickly.
Stop.
Franca tucked the left hook into the body. Remihana didn't show outward signs of it hurting him, but it was a deep dig, and he's going back to the body, so maybe he feels that it's slowing him down.
Oh, he has gone to the well several times there with the midsection. And Franca starting to use that bigger frame now to muscle about.
Oh, I love watching Franca do this, man. This is the hard way to make a living, pushing through in a gritty fight.
I mean, Coach Cruz, you said keep it dirty, and this is dirty, and the knees are getting it.
That was the way to go. That was the way to go.
The underdog gets it done against the pit wall.
Amazing. That's a hard way to make a living. It's a hard way to win a fight, but he is cut out for it.
I mean, it was grinding, wasn't it? It was put him against the wall. It was grind the elbows on the face, and then the knee in the clinch.
It's a big statement for Franca to be at a high-level kickboxer.
Well, let's go ahead and get some replays of the finish here, and this was...
I love it.
You're not grounded here.
The right hand, the right forearm framed his head down to tee him up for the knee, put him on a platter, and presented it like dinner right here, and big. One more.
You see that the way to the goal was that body shot with the left hook that he threw?
Yeah.
You see that the body open for it?
He had tucked the left hook, and we were talking about it just right before. He had tucked the left hook to the body. Now, and they're punching his way through it. The right forearm teed the head up into position, and the right knee was a piston.
And the winner by technical knockout,
Franca, your winner by TKO in the second. He had to come through some adversity. It was gritty, it was grungy. But he showed that veteranship. I mean, that's what 35 pro fights looks like. And obviously coming from a camp like ATT as well, you're in there with just monsters day in and day out. We're going to get a quick word with him pit side as soon as he's done celebrating with his team. 3 more bouts on our main card to come, and then of course don't forget we've got a wild pit submission series bout at the very end of the night between Zion Clark and Walter Walker. But here is your winner, Glyco Franca, who starting to wear some damage.
I'm here with your winner,
as he gets back
Glyco
up the pit
Franca.
wall.
How are you, my friend? Please. Did you limp your way back up here?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sorry, can you repeat that?
So, how hard is it? You know that the way to win this fight is pushing forward through all the fire. How hard is that to do?
With Oscar, it's very hard because he's a tough guy. I work my ass off, sorry the words. And ATT American Top Team, thank you all my brothers out there, all my people. Thank you especially for Coach Macarrão, Natan, João, Camilo, and all my coaches. Coach Steve Bruno and Catel, Pahumpa, everybody. So, was hard, answer your question. Was very hard because I know he's a very tough, like a Muay Thai champion, like world champion. So I need to pressure, I use my muscles, my strength because I'm a fighter. So was hard to do it, but we train a lot out there, like I said. So I was all ready to go.
Round one was tough, and round two you got tougher, and you got more aggressive, and you pushed into him. When you started landing those knees, did you know he was going out?
Yeah, I felt my corner. Nathan, he says, when I land the liver shot, he started to feel a little bit. And then after that, my corner said to me to push him against the pit. And when we are doing a couple grappling, I felt I was stronger than him. So I knew that's the way to win the fight.
We're going to get you back in this karate combat pit, right? This is a perfect place for you to fight.
Yeah, of course. I'm very happy to thank all Karate Combat team to let me show my skills out there. And next, I want the belt. I want to get that belt. I have 2-0 right now in Karate Combat. You guys saw the last fight. So after I get my belt here, I'm coming back to UFC. And I'm the best welterweight. If you guys see, I train with Yaroslav, Malatov, a lot of tough guys. And I'm ready to go and I'm ready to come back. Thank you.
Great fight. Your winner, Glyco Franca. Congratulations, sir.
What a great performance from Glyco Franca. Coach, closing thoughts on that bout. I kind of just term that as just veteranship. Just like the willingness to get stuck in and use your experience.
100% his corner, Macarrão, was telling him, you gotta move forward. You gotta keep moving forward. When you fight a high-level kickboxer like that, sometimes it's hard. The guy has an extensive background in stand-up fighting, K1, Muay Thai. So sometimes, brother, you gotta just be aggressive. You gotta just turn into a dogfight. And that's what Franca did. His experience allowed him to win.
Yeah. Coach, sometimes, it's about art. It's about, perfect expression. And sometimes it's about being fucking tough, right?
Sometimes who's the biggest dog in the horde?
Well, that was a fantastic fight. We've got 3 more coming up on the main card. Coming up next, Marcus the Joker Perez taking on Jungle Fight veteran Vitor Costa. Stay with us here at Karate Combat.
What is built on Hedera? Some of the best tokenized projects on Earth. To get started, teams can launch their tokens on Headstarter or Meme Job. Then reward your community with a custom level on Smack Mosquito. Hedera's meme-tility game now available on iOS and Android. That's what's built on Hedera.
Welcome back to Karate Combat 59, live here in Miami. Still a whole host about to go. We're moving into the light heavyweight division next, and Marcus Perez taking on Vitor Costa. Robin, Marcus Perez, someone we've seen several times now. A little bit up and down recently, but look, he always brings a great style, a lot of power style as well.
Yeah, and he just likes to fight. He's just at home here. He's been a champion in grappling at Subversive BJJ. He's fought in game-bred, bare-knuckled mixed martial arts, Jorge Masvidal show. He's fought here in the pit. If you give him an environment to fight in and you give him another human being to fight, he will fight. And yes, it's been a mixed bag of moments for him, but he is dangerous every second of every contest.
Yeah, I mean, the only time we've seen him actually flounder here at Karate Combat really was against Uriah Hall in Uriah Hall's debut. And, you know, you're talking about the top of the top coming in against that, and it was only a decision.
Yeah, and he spun with Uriah. He did flying kicks with Uriah. Like, just tell him how you want to fight, and he'll fight it.
Yeah, and he's fighting Vitor Ferrer Costa from Sao Paulo. Fought in Jungle Fight. For folks who don't know, Jungle Fight, one of the longest running MMA promotions around, right? Down in Brazil, Jungle Fight. Everybody from back in the day fought there.
Guy had a great background. Jungle Fight champion, fought of the Contender Series. Marcus Perez, fought of the Ombe Fighter, LFA champion, Thunder Fight champion. Better one, even right here, Karate Combat. The guy even fought a pillow fight. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's like an extensive fighting background.
Yeah, he will fight any kind of fight, and you give him a weapon, and if that weapon happens to be a pillow, he will try to bludgeon you into unconsciousness with it.
Well, look, we've had some big guys in the pit already tonight, but now we're stepping it up into the light heavyweight 205-pound division. Marcus Perez taking on fellow Brazilian Vitor Costa. This is coming up right now.
All right, in the light heavyweight division at 205 pounds, in the blue corner, we have Vitor Costa.
Vitor Costa representing the Fighting Nerds, one of the more prominent teams of late in the larger organizations. He's got a really solid record, 8-2, and he's incredibly well-rounded. I mean, we know he can win by submission. We know he can win with punches. I mean, most of his fights do not go very far. He's very aggressive, and he'll look for the finish quickly. Round one could really be what happens. His last 5 fights have ended in round one.
Yeah, and Marcus will oblige you if it's going to be a game of roll the dice. Let's just roll flaming dice and see who wins. Marcus will oblige you.
I'm interested to see how his cardio will go, obviously going longer, especially in these kind of short sprint rounds as well. But we could be in for a real firefight here. As you see the stats for the 25-year-old. He's going to have a very slight reach advantage coming into this one, standing at a fairly towering 6'2".
For a guy who starts so intensely, he likes to come out with his soft music and closed eyes and relaxed demeanor. He kind of makes sense. It's almost like he ratchets himself down until it's time.
In the red corner, Marcus Perez.
Maybe you see some highlights from Perez in previous outings. He is an absolute gamer. He'll swing with power, sometimes with reckless abandon. He's 3-1 coming in tonight, and this is actually a fight he took on short notice because he asked for it.
Yeah.
He phoned our matchmaker and he said, you know what, I know I wasn't supposed to fight on this card, but I'm ready. I want to fight. If anything happens, put me in there. Well, guess what? Something happened. And he ended up in this bout against Vitor Costa tonight.
If somebody was gonna hurt your family and you were in Miami and you had time to make one phone call, he should be your second choice. Number one's Hector Lombard. Number two, Marcus Perez. Actually, Jorge Masvidal lives here, so I'd go with him number one. It's a dangerous man.
Very focused look tonight as well for Marcus Perez.
It's a balance between I'm focused on you, but also if you said I had to grab milk and eggs at the corner quick, I could do it, you know?
Fighters, enter the pit.
Well, the next fight starts here. Sign up on Cloudbet tonight for a double welcome bonus. Head to cloudbet.com/karate or use code karate to secure your welcome offer. Watch and bet live now on Cloudbet.
In the corner,
Marcus more
Round one, ready?
experienced.
Ready? Fight!
Vitor much younger.
And you see how Perez, his trademark, hitching up of the gi pants to make sure he can get full rotation through his kicks.
Just wading right in, both of them actually.
Yeah, it feels like they're standing half a pace closer than they maybe need to in a feeling out process, right?
It's like Robbie Lawler or Nick Diaz, the way those guys will fight. They'll wade right in and catch and throw.
Oh, lovely little trap and elbow, but Perez, that seemed to wake him up.
I think Marcus got caught with something too.
Good little shots against the pit. And it's always those wild swinging exchanges. You got to be careful. Perez loading up on the wall, but back to both feet now.
Just the threat of it was enough. Yeah, when there's an unwritten, unspoken agreement that we're going to throw punches in range, you always get real visceral violence.
I know Costa's an inch taller on paper, but he feels significantly bigger in his reach, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does.
Good short shots into the spinning elbow.
But caught with the chest to chest.
We got to work here. Stop.
They break and come back up, and let me tell you, in the pit corner, specifically in the corner, is not where you want to find yourself pressed against. It is tremendously hard to extract yourself from that crevice.
For the range that they're just naturally agreeing to fight in. The word agreement might be misleading. They're just something they both want, right?
Yeah, they kind of just settled into a really good rhythm here, but it's Perez typically pushing forward, but the volume from Costa's fantastic so far.
Yeah, and Costa's starting to move his feet and reset on different trajectories, right? And that's when it's going to be tough. Costa's switching his stances. Coming in behind the right hand, a jab on the exit.
Perez trying to make some feints in here. It does just feel like the pressure is coming from Costa throughout right now.
Goes to the body and the head, and he's splitting the guard, right? That you can shell up with those small gloves all you want, but there's holes in around your chin, holes down the middle.
I mean, go back and check out our prelim fight, right?
That's
From
right.
the very first fight of the night.
Yeah.
Marcus Perez surging forward there. Some good offense for him as we approach the dying seconds of round number one, but Costa is making him pay when he covers up.
Marcus looks for guillotine for a moment.
And that's actually a nice bit of wrestling from Costa. He kind of used a sort of pummel to shrug him off. And guys, first round in the books, I think perhaps leaning towards Costa for the win there.
Yeah, I think Costa did more touched him more, split the guard more, was in position to do what he wanted. And I think when we look at the replays, you see Marcus doing what he does, which is he always thinks he wins every minute because he's the more aggressive one. And we've seen even against Uriah, he was upset that he didn't get it because he's feeling like he's winning every moment of every fight. It's part of his psychology. And when you hit him, it doesn't really bug him that much, right? So he thinks those punches are no big deal, but a judge looks and goes, hey, you landed 3 clean punches around the guard.
Yeah, they're all scoring shots, of course. Perez using the guard more to cover than movement. Start of the second here.
Part of the goal for Perez is he'll be in range where he can be hit, and he'll try to absorb the punch and then hit back. Because if you can touch him, he should be able to touch you, even if it means he has to just edge forward slightly. But he's not answering as much.
Well, let's see what adjustments each makes in this round, and Perez again with the big wide shots.
Costa staying more active and he's being happy with his combinations. Perez, I think he's more looking for the heavy shot, like he just did connect a very good left hand over there.
Oh, perhaps a bit of an instinctual guard pull from Costa. That's good work from
good stuff from Perez.
Perez, he's not grounded.
This is all Marcus Perez right here.
What a great offensive position for him, and he gets tied up and slowed down.
Stop, let go.
It was good defensive guard work from Costa.
Marcus will take the 4 minutes of you abusing him to get that 30 seconds punching over you. He'll do it all day.
So working the jab, staying on the outside is Costa here, and he's actually switching up his stance as well at the same time.
Yeah, there he switches and goes to the front hand.
Really kind of just loading up for the big shots is Perez. And does it feel like the damage is starting to wear on Perez now?
High jabs.
Jabbing from either stance. There he sets back, jab again. And he'll switch. The jab is, what did you call it, Coach? The jab?
Well, I think that's the front gate from the fight. That's the front door. That's how you keep the fight away. That's what the distance. That's how you start causing damage. But the jab is one of the most important punches and moves in martial arts.
The volume is starting to build up here. And Coach, what would you tell Marcus Perez? Because he's starting to struggle a little bit here.
Dos rodillas. Dos up. Para. Step back.
I think the cardio from taking the fight on a short notice taking a toll right now, Marcus. He started good. He was throwing too many heavy shots. I'm impressed that Costa can keep up a good cardio while keep up a good pace, putting those combinations.
Oh, Perez just walking forward here.
Well, that's his will and his grit and his heart, and he's all that.
Yeah, tried the Uchimata off the whizzer, not able to off-balance the fellow Brazilian, though, and again the guard pull. Yeah. This could be a good moment for Perez.
Yep. These have been his best moments, and he's an ornery one when he gets you here.
Yeah, he's got to keep the ground and pound going, and he does.
He can win the fight in this position.
Yeah, good posture, but, well, closing seconds. Up kicks coming. Stop. Just gives up the posture at the end as he smashes past the guard. Well, it was a good opportunity for him late, but boy, did the damage from Costa start to pay off for him in that round.
Like Coach was saying about the jab, jabbing from either hand, jabbing moving forward, and jabbing backing up as well.
100% jabbing from both stances. If I'm Costa's coach right now, I'll tell him just keep him on the distance of the jab, keep him on the end of the punch, just move around, keep the jab. Whenever he passes that jab, he can connect the big shots. And for Perez right now, I think just a finish.
And he can jab to enter and jab on the exit as well.
Absolutely.
So Marcus Perez, the feeling in the commentary booth here that he's going to need a finish in order to get the win here tonight.
And if you're Marcus, that finish is best achieved putting this man down or making him pull guard and punching his lights out. The best moments Marcus had was standing over him.
I just don't think what he can do is go into that shell and walk forward again. He's got to come forward with the offense in those wide swinging punches like he loves to do.
Okay, take it out. Just take it out. We don't have time. We can't do it.
That Marcus
All right,
just bought
time in.
himself
Ready?
15,
Ready?
18 extra
Fight!
seconds, and that's really wise.
So final 3 minutes on the clock here. Costa with the white pants, Perez with the black pants.
Coach said just if he was his fighter, it'd be all about the jab, and so far we've seen 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah, and I'm still going to call it a jab, but he is mixing up the hands each time. He's just switching his stance before he does.
Well, the front hand, he's using the front hand from both stances.
Just in southpaw, still a jab.
Still a jab, yeah. Right hand jab.
It's the first time we've seen him go to the kicking game.
This is where Marcus will try, yep. And then that's, you know, he's looking there. Elbow to the ear, completely, there you go.
Well, ran the pipe really nicely on that single leg. Switched his head to the outside. Drops Perez down, but he's not able to maintain a legal striking position.
Fight!
When Costa goes to the body against somebody who might be fatigued, we don't know how hard he was training in the weeks leading up to this. It's really wise.
You know, Perez originally from, it's been a kick there. Perez originally from Costa's city of Sao Paulo, but he makes his home now in Florida at ATT in Coconut Creek.
So Marcus got hit in the back of the head, and the ref asked to break, and Marcus said, no, I'm fine, because he wanted to stay there. It's really wise.
Yeah, but he gets turned around here in the wrestle, and this is going to be a stand back up.
Okay, stop.
The referee gave him a chance to try and free his head and get some striking going, because both feet were still planted, but...
Fight!
Minute and 10 seconds left here. Perez shells up to come forward, and he puts him on the wall again. And there's a bit more urgency from Costa to not be there this time.
Head kick, yeah. You can head kick from the rear body lock.
He's got to get up to both feet. He does.
And he does.
But,
there's going to be some damage here.
There is.
It's an ornery bitch right here, Marcus Perez, in this position.
I think Perez was lucky that the referee hasn't stopped it yet. The rule really is when there's the strikes stop. As long as you're continuously striking, you can stay in that ground and pound position.
Ooh.
And I would perhaps argue that here, there should have been a stand up there.
Yeah, now that for sure.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay,
yeah, this is 100% the referee's got to bring him back up.
Yeah.
Marcus, let him up. Levántate, vamos.
I mean, this is bad for Perez and good for Costa. If you're Perez, you don't want that slow pace.
Every second you need to win this fight. Oh, tucks the shin in.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And goes to the head. Costa biting on the gum shield here for the final 10 as he pours it on Marcus Perez.
That's it.
Stop.
Very nice fight.
Little Kanabasami at the end to try and get that's cheeky. Well, the crowd want one more round, and guys, we haven't spoken about it at all tonight, but that's a particular mechanism within karate combat whereby we don't do split decisions and we don't do draws. That would send us to a sudden death fourth round where only that fourth round would matter. However, I feel fairly confident in saying that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Both Coach and I are looking at each other like, nah, I think we know who won that fight, but we're not the judges, right?
You never know.
Yeah, 3 other human beings will make that decision.
All that I know, if we have a round 4, it's going to be very exciting. I don't mind the 4th round of this fight.
Well, this round played out a lot, as you look at some of the replays, played out a lot more in the clinching game and against the pit wall. Both guys trading positions. Perez had some chances.
He did. That says a lot about him, and I'm a fan, man. Like, when it's hard and you're getting lit up and you're tired and your body is sore and you got to fight through.
I mean, that was really great defensive grip work as well from Costa there. He was getting the 2-on-1, he was fighting the wrist, keeping the posture controlled nicely. Really didn't take too much damage in the end there.
Good fight. Give me the paper. Give me the paper. What color? What color?
Mission said.
Unanimous for the blue.
Yeah. They initially had a
All right, bring it in.
corner.
Bring it in. All right, we're gonna face this way.
A lot of moving parts.
By unanimous decision, Ribeiro Costa.
Well, as expected, Vitor Costa gets the win here over Marcus Perez. Successful in his karate combat debut, and another great addition to the upper weight classes here at Karate Combat. And guys, one quick word on Costa before we move on. Very nice performance, very technical. Some great strikes, stuck to his game plan pretty much the whole time.
Absolutely. Costa was very happy to give it to him, to implement his game. Like I said before, the jab, I think, was his key factor in this fight. He was able to keep Marcus away, and at the same time, he was able to follow up from his jabs to put better combination.
The skills were good, and the tactics and strategy was sharp.
Well, co-main and main event coming up next, and of course, Pitch Submission Series at the very end. Next up, Uriah Hall and Jaden Eynaud are going to settle it in the pit, we hope. Jaden Eynaud shot to him backstage in his final warm-up preparation here. He's been pushing the buttons of Uriah Hall the whole time. Tonight, he gets a chance to finally shut him up. Well, and that is the man who is fighting purely for him and what he wants to do now. He said he's not fighting for money, he's not fighting for fame. All he really wants to do is fight Jaden Eynaud.
You know me as Derek, but I'm also Master Sergeant Raxton. This is my life in the Air National Guard.
Well, strength isn't just physical, it's a mindset. The Air National Guard and Karate Combat share the same fighting spirit, discipline, teamwork, and relentless drive. Forge your path and serve with strength with the Army Air National Guard. Co-main event time, gentlemen. Uriah Hall taking on Jaden Eynaud. We spoke about it frequently coming into this one. It's again in the light heavyweight division. Both these guys are going to throw with a lot of power. I expect a lot of discipline throughout as well, though, and a lot of technicality. Final thoughts on Uriah Hall, Robin?
A guy like Uriah Hall is at his best when he's fighting freely. Like he said, he's fighting for himself. Not about money, it's not about titles. It's about the enjoyment of the art form. A guy like Uriah Hall is dangerous when that's the case.
Yeah, Jaden Eynaud, though, equally dangerous. He's hit a little bit of tough times lately, kind of getting drawn in, hit with some wild shots, but he's going to be right there.
Yeah, right up in front of him. That's where he wants to be. And you want to destabilize Uriah, and trying to get him angry can help. Uriah's at his best when he's freely expressing fighting. Get him angry, get him tight, get him ornery, and then get in his face.
Yeah, as Coach Cruz pointed out in one of our earlier bouts, make it a dogfight, right? Make it scrappy.
Absolutely. And I'm happy to see Uriah Hall right here because many people don't know. When he started, I witnessed him fight at Chuck Norris show, which was a karate show with karate fans.
Yeah, of course.
Dude went, became Ring of Combat champion in New Jersey, went to the Ultimate Fighter, went to the UFC, beat Guy Musasi, beat Anderson Silva, had a beautiful career, went boxing, and now for me, it's like watching him going full circle.
This is a perfect place for him to be a martial artist. Not be a prize fighter, just be a martial artist in a pit doing what he was born to do.
Absolutely.
Well, let's go ahead and get these two fighters walked to the co-main. This is Uriah Hall and Jaden Eynaud.
All right, in the light heavyweight division, 205 pounds, In the blue corner, Eynaud.
Into this one with our CloudBet betting partners. I appreciate the switch up in music as well. These guys have been going back and forth for literally over a year at this point. I mean, you could not have asked for a longer, more sustained build-up. As he navigates his way through the crowd to the corner here.
People love people insulting each other on Twitter. Like, that is a pastime for people to watch it and cheer for it. For me, and for a lot of people, it's only meaningful if it actually affects the contest. And that's what Jaden's trying to do, is to affect Uriah emotionally enough that it carries through into these moments right here, fighting right here in front of us.
Yeah, he's got quite a few championships in various Muay Thai organizations as well. A couple of really good knockout wins here at Karate Combat. Does have those 2 losses, though, to Abasov, and of course last time to Claudio Ribeiro, which is not unlike many other people that Ribeiro has faced.
Yeah.
But a lot of experience coming to this one. 51 total pro bouts. He does love that spinning back fist. We've seen it time and time again. He's very, very confident when he comes forward and he lands.
Yeah, there's a swagger to the way he fights. And you need that when you're facing somebody who's moving in crazy angles and tangents. You want to be able to walk straight forward and punch a hole in their chest, like Ray Longo said to Chris Weidman when he fought Anderson Silva. Get in there, punch a hole in his chest.
In the red corner, Uriah Hall.
Fairly stoic as he walks to the pit here. Uriah Hall, long-time UFC veteran in the middleweight division, was a top 10 contender for a long time. Some huge wins on his resume. Thiago Santos, Gegard Mousasi, Anderson Silva, as Coach Cruz said, and of course Chris Weidman as well. Started all the way back on The Ultimate Fighter season 17. You see 41 years old now is the veteran, but he's in phenomenal shape.
Amazing.
And as we saw last time out, he looks calm, he looks at home. He's able to kind of do the style of striking that he most excels at, and ultimately where he started in that karate format.
Yeah, you know, you're supposed to slow down at 40, right? Your body's supposed to not want to do these things, and you're supposed to make up for it with wisdom and life experience and knowledge. He's got all the wisdom and the life experience, but he can still do all the stuff with his body.
He looks as young as he gets from me, but
it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, people get distracted by stories and narratives. Make no mistake, this is one of the 100 greatest fighters of the last 100 years. That is a fact. As a pure martial artist, this is a very rare and special human lifetime martial artist.
Fighters, enter the pit.
Well, Karate Combat 57 is powered by Hedera. The H-Bar Foundation helps the brightest minds in Web3 take their ideas from on-brain to on-chain. Check out hbarfoundation.com to learn more.
Uriah moves in a little close.
Ooh, that was a close shot up the open side from Eynaud.
Yeah, but Uriah intercepted it.
Eynaud with the more pure kickboxing experience, but of course Uriah Hall active across MMA predominantly, but also pro Muay Thai and pro boxing as well.
So far the jab, which Coach talked about a lot in our previous fight, Uriah interrupting and intercepting with the jab.
The question is going to be, can Eynaud lure Uriah out of his kind of methodical rhythm? We've seen when he gets an opening, Uriah will try and finish. We saw it with that spinning axe kick against the pit before, but he will stay completely calm and composed up until that point and not really deviate from the game plan.
Closing the eye. We may get a replay, we may not, but it looked like an extended finger touched the eye. He'll take the moment. And that is a tough, for anyone who's ever had somebody go 2 knuckles deep in the eye, it is not pleasant. It takes a while.
Right at the start of the bout as well. Let's see if we can get a replay here. So let's have a look. So poured out, tried to parry with that lead hand and just kind of clawed down on the eye of Uriah Hall.
Maybe John Jones can pick your eye with a single finger, but most people can't. It's hard enough to punch somebody, never mind to land your finger in the eye. Typically, like Josh said, it's a pawing motion or to try to stop the head from coming in. But 2 knuckles deep. And it hurts, but it also affects your vision. And now he's using his knee to rub.
Well, the doctor's just going to check him.
Yeah, you see the redness on the inside.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's take one last look at it as he went for the jab. And
the eye is following, you see. Yeah, you see on your left side what happened, and on your right side you see him following with his eyes. Looking down, looking up. Peripheral looks okay. See?
Yeah, he's still following the... Let's see how this plays out, because obviously that, you know, if you even intimate to...
he wants to fight, though.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does.
Yeah. But yeah, what Josh was suggesting is if you even say, I'm not sure, I think, whatever.
Yeah, they'll stop it.
But you can't, when they move over to the one side, out of view of the other, they may hold up fingers, and you got to get it right. And he did.
Oh, good. We're going to get the bout back underway here. Fighter safety is, of course, paramount. Nobody likes to see a fight stopped for an accidental eye poke, but it does happen.
But Uriah's locked right back in, and it's up to Jaden, too, to stay locked in through that. Uriah's going to land a right hand if he throws one more kick.
Oh, Eynaud, a little bit off balance, yeah.
A little jumpy.
Hall, the one pushing forward with the pit control here and uncorking that spinning kick.
Of course, targeted on the right side of the body to put that calcaneus bone into the liver.
Uriah's doing a good job cutting that distance, make it harder for Jaden to be able to strike anything. In order for Jaden to connect on a very unorthodox style like Uriah, he's going to have to put more fence and do a game that's not the game that he's too used to.
Uriah's seeing everything right now.
Good check of the kick. Nice early check as well. And he's just walking Eynaud down here, but Eynaud's throwing every time.
Yeah, but Uriah feels so safe here. And sometimes you don't do enough because you feel safe. You know, oh, this feels fine.
Right, you just
no big deal, right?
Walking forward without offense is not really going to get the job done.
No. But you do have 6.5 more minutes to do that. And he may also be trying to make sure his vision's coming back. Like, okay, I want to stay safe, not absorb anything, especially to the left side, and get my vision back. Oh, that one.
Yes. Uriah Hall lands the spinning back kick to the liver, and Eynaud is on wobbly feet
here. He cannot stand.
It is a done deal. Uriah Hall gets the stoppage over Jaden Eynaud with the spinning back kick to the body.
And you saw the delayed reaction, because what happens is it hits, the rib compresses the liver, and then the liver secretes pain enzyme. But it isn't the pain that shuts you down. Your body shuts down. You're in pain and you're shut down.
For anyone who hasn't been hit with something like that, it's not that you don't want to fight, it's that your body physically doesn't let you.
Your body cannot fight and you're in pain. You're not unable to fight because of the pain. They're in parallel. My friend Joe Lozon once described it as a poison arrow.
Yeah, let's take a look back at the replay.
The arrow hurts, but it is the poison that kills you, right? So think of it that way. And now look, he's still shutting down. That is a biochemical reaction to your liver being traumatized due to a piston-like shot by Uriah Hall.
Wow, That was, there we see one more time, and you know, for people who aren't familiar with fighting, it sometimes looks like theatrics, but it very much is not.
That is the biology of the body will not allow him to move. He's not, oh, it hurts, I can't fight. His body physically will not allow him to straighten up, and you see that little electric shock through the leg.
When you take a electric shot like that, your whole body stops and put the attention only on that shot. It's hard to recover.
Yeah, and Eynaud tried hard. He tried to back up and find some space, but not able to do so. Let's go ahead and get the official announcement for this co-main.
The winner by technical knockout, Uriah Hall!
Uriah Hall takes back-to-back wins here inside the Karate Combat Pit and gets that show-stopping finish that we were hoping for.
For Uriah Hall!
Robin's going to try and grab him.
Uriah!
He dives off here.
Uriah, please.
Let's see how he's feeling after that bout.
Let's hear for
Miami! What's up, Miami?
Uriah. When the heel touches the rib and it hits the liver, it just shut this man's body down.
Listen, for those of you who know me, that's my favorite kick. I've been doing that shit since I was 16 years old. I can do it with my eyes closed. I can do it this close. I can do it from anywhere. But props to my opponent. Thank you, Jaden. You're the man. I hope you know it's a part of the game, and nothing against you. I still think you're a stud. You've accomplished a lot in your life. I hope you can come back from this. You're still the man.
So when you're in your 40s, your body's supposed to slow down, and your mind, your wisdom, your life experience goes up. But your body is just the same, and the wisdom and the life experience. You're a bad man, you're out.
I'm a bad motherfucker. But listen, before I'm a bad motherfucker, I am blackletic, which means I'm aging backwards. I'm Benjamin Blacker. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. I've been staying disciplined. I train every day. Once I retired, I didn't take a day off. As you can see, the champ is here. Alex, what's up, champ? I watch this guy all the time, man. He trains on his off season. I always see him just going different gyms, testing himself. That's grit. That's a champion mindset. I've always had that champion mindset, even though I didn't get in UFC. But let me tell you what, you always got to have that mindset because nobody hits harder than life, right? And everybody here is going through their own shit. You know what I'm talking about, so don't give up on that fight.
You know, Uriah, you're one of the great martial artists in the last 100 years. That is factually true. Can you come back here and fight for a couple more years here in Karate Combat?
Honestly, I got like maybe 500,000 miles left. I'm like a good old Porsche, and I can still keep going. But honestly, I'm just doing this for fun, man. I got no ego. This guy could have kicked my ass. It's a lose-lose, but I love to test myself. Every time I'm in the gym, I go with the young guys. Why? Because they're coming to kill me. I don't go with the old dudes. They suck. I go with the younger guys. So I'm just here to test myself. I can come in here and get my ass kicked. That's not a problem. It's all about becoming a better version of yourself. That's how I look at it.
Inspiring, sir. If you would like to continue to test yourself, would you come in to this pit and go face-to-face with this gentleman for us? Sam Alvey, what did you think of this gentleman's performance tonight?
Oh, the spinning kick in the limit. I mean, it's just classic you. That was incredible. Yeah. Oh, I'm taking notes. I got to learn what not to get hit with.
It was really incredible, but you'd like to kick him in the head, right?
I would love to. I would love to kick him in the head. If you know me, I don't kick in the head often, but it's coming, brother.
You two are both great gentlemen, but are you going to knock this man out cold here in this Karate Combat Pit?
First off, I give props to the champ. I have nothing negative to say about him. He's a stud. He got here. He paved the way. I know he's in the UFC. He's doing this thing. I got nothing negative to say. I mean, look at this handsome guy. What can I say about him? But he's a stud. Come that day if we ever fight. It's all about the competition, so may the best man win.
Two of the nicest guys in the sport going to kick each other in the face for your entertainment. Let's hear it for Uriah Hall. Congratulations tonight, Uriah.
Well, I think we just signed a good one there. Uriah Hall versus Sam Alvey. That'll be a fun scrap, Coach Cruz.
I think it would be an awesome
Congratulations,
fight. Uriah is so unpredictable. At the same time, there's Sam. He's a worker. So I think we can expect a beautiful title fight out of him.
Yeah, speaking of title fights, we have one more bout coming up this evening here before our featured pit submission series bout. As we take a look back at Uriah Hall ending the night of Jaden Eynaud. Women's strawweight title on the line next. Monica Chachlikova and Lily Ferreira. And then don't forget, straight after that, Zion Clark and Volta Walker in a crazy pit submission series bout. Before we crack on, here's a word from our sponsor, Hedera.
Up-only gaming is different. When a fight comes up, if you have karate tokens, you place them on a fighter. If he wins, you get additional tokens. If he loses, you don't lose anything. Web3 has allowed us to engage the fans and do things that we couldn't do with traditional tools. We're looking for 10, 20 million fans. Traditional blockchains don't support that kind of volume. We're enjoying the journey. We're really excited about the community's response within Web3 and traditional sports.
Main event time here at Karate Combat 59. Monica Chachlikova and Lily Ferreira, Slovakia versus Brazil. Quick word on both these ladies. Robin Chachlikova, we saw her in October. She has a whole host. I mean, we're talking 100 plus Muay Thai wins and fights. And she looked composed. She didn't have it all her own way. She had to grit through to a decision. But she stood tall, she landed great combinations, and she showed that veteranship.
And you can come out here tonight and fight the same kind of fight. Play to your physical attributes, their long physical attributes. Be tough when you got to be tough. Take the grit when you need to, but get some gap and touch her up from the outside.
I think this is going to be a good fight. We're going to see MMA tough fighter, very experienced, Invicta FC champion against a real world-class striker.
Yeah, don't forget, she's taking on Lily Ferreira, who's the current Invicta FC champion as well. Both these ladies actually have wins over Jade Joran, which is quite amusing.
Yeah.
But great performance from her last time out, also at Karate Combat 57 back in October. She wasn't necessarily coming in as the favorite, right? Jade Joran was coming in, and from what we'd seen, we thought, hey, she's going to have her own way, and she bit down on a gum shield and took it to her.
It really shows you how good this division is in Karate Combat, because Jade Joran is a badass, and both of them were able to defeat her. These three are three of the top fighters in the world at this weight class, and we got the two. We've worked through a little tournament, and we got the two best right now.
Right, I mean, Ferreira, the #1 ranked, I think, atomweight fighter in the world. Fairly sparse decision, 105 pounds, but 115 pounds here for the strawweight title. We're going to find out which lady is going to get the gold around their waist. This is your main event. Monica Chachlikova and Lily Ferreira.
All right. In the strawweight division at 115 pounds, in the blue corner, we have Alessandra Lily Ferreira.
From Minas Gerais, Brazil. Slight underdog with our betting partners here. Bringing a 9-2 raw record into the pit tonight. She's going to be at a substantial, and I mean substantial, reach disadvantage tonight against the much taller Chachlikova. But she does have a lot of experience in Muay Thai, obviously a lot of experience in MMA as well. the incumbent Invicta FC champion, Brazilian Muay Thai champion as well, riding a very consistent win streak.
You know, it's an interesting idea when we compare attributes like height, and we'll say someone has a height advantage. It's not necessarily an advantage if you're always the smaller fighter. You've developed the skills to defeat the larger fighter.
Absolutely, I think the key factor for Lily here is trying to stay close, almost in the pocket. He must stay on the long range, especially I think that's so good of a striker that Monica is. She's going to abuse this knee, she's going to abuse those kicks, she's going to abuse those punches, so I think Lily got to be on the inside.
Well, she looks fired up and loose and ready for this title shot.
In the red corner, we have Monica Chachlikova.
Well, no ambiguity about what this young lady does, hailing from Slovakia. She is Muay Thai through and through, K1 world champion, Muay Thai world champion. I could list all the different divisions and things, but that would bore you entirely. Interestingly though, ranked number 1 at Rotterdam Stadium as well, top 10 pound for pound globally. Just a lot of experience, and you're going to see a very classical kind of upright Muay Thai style from her. And as you guys mentioned, Robin, she's standing 5'7" versus the 5'2" of Ferrer. She's got to use that reach, because Ferrer will get inside on her.
My friend Paulie Malignaggi likes to say, let's see if these attributes can become advantages. They're only advantages when you use the attributes to its fullest. And we've seen her do that. In that fight against Jai, she was tough when she needed to be and smart when she needed to be. And that blend is key for her to win here tonight.
Fighters, enter the pit.
Well, Karate Combat 57 is powered by Hedera. The HBAR Foundation helps the brightest minds in Web3 take their ideas from on-brain to on-chain. Check out hbarfoundation.com to learn more. Strawweight title on the line. Black pants for Chachlikova. White pants for Ferrer. Josh Palmer, Robin Black, Plinio Cruz on the call for you here this evening in Miami.
So Lily Ferreira is using circular footwork, which is a really cool idea to just get the Chachlikova to reset her stance, and when she resets her stance, dart inside. And we see it again, getting her to make adjustments, and then find the time to attack.
So just a reminder, we are 5 3-minute rounds for our title fights here at Karate Combat. So a lot of time to get to work, to feel the opponent out. Not quite the sprint that the 3-3s demands.
Really like this early strategy by Lily. Logically, you got to get inside, but you know, a good way to get inside is just keep getting her to chase you until you get a step ahead, a little phrase ahead.
Well, Chachlikova has she fainted with the hip a couple of times on the rear leg. Ferrer just a little bit too far on the outside there. Hasn't quite settled into finding the distance yet.
All the way out is fine. All the way in is fine. It's just the space in between that's no good, right? And so right now she's all the way out. That's okay in round 1 of a 5-rounder.
And when the exchange happens, so far she's been the one touching.
Lily also seems very relaxed on this fight, picking up, using counterattacks. I'm impressed. Monica, she's still in a good distance, but she got to get a little closer so she can keep Lily in the end of her shots. Maybe throw some feints, walk her way inside a little bit.
It's a tough assignment when you're the smaller fighter to be all the way out and have to dart your way in over and over again. But so far, through 2 minutes and 15 seconds, Lily's doing that.
Lily's comfortable. Good feints, good kicks.
Still feeling out
Nice
here
body
with
shot.
a minute left, but she lands well on the inside there.
Very good one, too.
Lily's fighting a real grown-up round here. Real, like, champion mindset grown-up round. Winning the minutes, and then forcing her opponent to charge in, and then when she does, taking advantage of it.
Yeah, good catch of the kick and the sweep. That's going to score for her, but doesn't look like she's going to be able to hit any ground and pound off this position.
Coach, pretty cool that the shorter fighter put enough pressure that she made the taller fighter rush in.
Absolutely.
Pretty cool.
I'm impressed the way that Lily was able to manage the distance and be able to use body shots, use kicks to follow her up to the head shots. For me, she won this round.
Yeah, and right at the end of the round there as well, the shots on the inside, she landed really well in the flurry at the end. So it sounds to me, folks, like you think she's got the right game plan and she's putting it to work.
It's hard to do for 5 rounds, but yes, all the way out is safe. Deep in is safe. It's the in-between that's tough, and she has to find the way to get past it, or in this case, where she was able to get on top and do damage, she forced Chachlikova to rush in, which is pretty cool when you're doing enough nonverbal, physical intimidation and in and out as a 5'2" fighter that you make a fighter 4, 5, 6 inches taller than you rush in.
Yeah, you saw there, she just slid back really nicely out of the reach of the Slovakian. Round 2 underway here. Well, don't forget, you can get our Vote Live iOS and Android app now. Get your karate tokens. Join all the fun of Up Only Gaming.
Lily's still at safe range, right? She got touched with the kick on the way out that time, but she's staying at safe range. Safe enough to force Chachlikova to come forward, and then she can meet her even deeper or move all the way out. But Chachlikova's made some adjustments and landed 2 kicks.
Chachlikova got to use or double jabs or a feint and a punch to be able to get in range and then do damage. If you just try to go raw like that, throwing shots, Lily's going to get it.
Lily's a great fighter, man. You see it. You just see her put her game together. She's got the tools, but she's also smart when she needs to be. Tonight, she's very smart. So far through 4 minutes, she's been very, very wise in her
She's
attack.
been on a tremendous win streak as of late. Undefeated in numerous bouts now, just knocking off opponents.
Just an adjustment. Opponent made the adjustment on the outside trip, and she readjusted and ended up putting her to the wall.
Yeah, both these ladies very accustomed to going the distance, so I do feel like we might see the full 5 rounds here tonight.
Well, Lily's sharp tonight, man. She's sharp and she's ornery and making great choices so far. Monica's going to have to make a few changes in how she does it and adapt in her own right.
Well, this is clearly a position we need to stand back up in.
Ready, fight!
So about a minute left in the second round here. Ferrer really the one dictating the fight thus far. Chachlikova just hasn't been able to find a rhythm yet.
Yeah, and interrupting the kick with 2 punches. And a kick of her own and punches her way in. Jesus, Lily is she's a great fighter on any night, but tonight she's just really sharp.
Yeah, and there's the wrestling advantage coming in from the MMA experience as well. Easy body lock to the trip.
Ready, fight!
Bit of blood on Lily's nose.
You hear the 10-second clock come in. She is wearing some damage now, and that was a good inside kick from...
Nice fight.
Good counter.
Stop.
And that takes some power to do, to take a flying human being and redirect them to the ground.
And confidence. Somebody's flying at you with a knee and you move towards the knees. It's good decision making.
Let's take a look back at some of the replays of that second round, and the plum clinch not paying dividends for Chachlikova.
Lily, I'm sure you feel her intensity when you're in close with her like that too. It's psychologically demanding, but Chachlikova had a better round. But I still think, Coach, you think Lily got 2 rounds? Coach's mic is down. Let's Josh and I will hang for a moment.
Well, here's the replay at the end there, and beautiful work to redirect. So we're going to come out for the third before we go to championship rounds. And let's see if Ferrer keeps the game plan the same. Stand behind that guard.
It's a great round too. Chachlikova had a better round. She made some calculations, some recalibrations, but Lily still pushed forward. She did, like you said, she was wearing a bit of bloody nose, cut on the bridge of her nose.
And there's a bigger cut opened up over the eye of the Brazilian now.
Yeah, Chachlikova is not discouraged, man. Look at her. Still moving forward there, looking to punch, kick on the exit. Lily with the trip and gets it. 1 foot up, elbow straight down, punch.
Well, Ferrera's got a chance for some ground and pound here. She harasses the legs a little bit. But yeah, I think this has got to be a stand back up here. And repeatedly, Ferrer is able to put Chachlikova on her back.
You look at, I mean, it's a life experience and combat experience for Chachlikova, but she is not being discouraged here. Continuing to push forward, continuing to make adjustments.
Very good fight.
Well, time is ticking away here, and you do feel like, I was going to say momentum is with the Brazilian, but you know, clearly Chachlikova is landing shots here.
Yeah.
I'm just struggling to see the real impact until the damage appears.
Lily's just going to be hard to fight. And it's going to really take a high-caliber martial artist to be able to handle it and then recalibrate. And what we have, Chachlikova is a high-caliber martial artist, able to handle the heat, able to handle the psychological and physical pressure, and keep getting better.
Right.
So she's getting better as the rounds go on.
Right. We talk about over and over again, the more experienced fighters like this, when they have the 5 rounds, maybe when you get to 3, 4, 5, they figured the puzzle out. And they're able to get the win on the back end, but momentum is teetering here. Final 20 seconds of regulation. Again, just overpowered in the clinch. Ferrer just bulldozing through the forearm to the mat.
And they're both going to strike here. You knew they were gonna.
Yeah, bloody nose for Chachlikova as well, and another takedown for the Brazilian.
In those final 5 seconds before the end of the round, you hear the 10-second clapper go. A lot of fighters back up and go, okay, it'll get him next round. Not these two. You know they're going to go forward. So I'm super impressed with, I mean, Lily's a mega impressive fighter. But Chachlikova, her ability to just keep getting better and not slow down and not become discouraged and see the fight differently and tune into it. She's getting better as the fight goes. She's got a hell of a fight, Josh.
Yeah, we certainly have. Wide-eyed look for Chachlikova there, listening to her call. And oh, Ferrer fired up. Look at that.
And
giving herself a little war cry in the corner.
This is her natural tendency. But you notice the 2 rounds she did best, she was overriding that a bit. She was being calculating. She was being strategic. She was executing a game plan that they drew up on blackboards. Now she's defaulted to, I'm a crazed fighter. And maybe that'll work. And so far, 5 seconds in, it's working.
Again, the outside trip or from the body lock is doing a great job for her. Not quite able to land the ground and pound. I mean, it's tricky, right? You got very long legs in the defensive guard of Chachlikova. You've really got to get over the top of them to neutralize them and land some strikes.
So we're into the 4th round. The 3rd one was the closest of the fight. And Chachlikova's coming forward.
Yeah, it does feel like she's finding a way back into this. But time is going to move quickly here for her.
Yeah, she needs to win these minutes, right? Like, you got to win minutes. When you only have 3, you've got to be out front definitively for large chunks of it.
Waiting until the back third is not the game plan with short rounds.
We talked about how at the end of round 3 they were gonna go no matter how many seconds were left. They carried it over the opposite here into round 4. They're like, okay, let's do a little math, let's do a little recovery, let's let our CPUs reconnect to to what's happening here.
Oh, and that was a digging kick. Chachlikova really burying the shin bone in there. This feels very even now.
It really does.
Nice shot.
And these are the fight-changing moments that Lily's capable of. But she was having them for much larger bursts in the first few rounds.
Yeah, and for one of the first times in the fight, Ferrer has... Oh, huge slam.
That's such a physical athlete.
Ready? I mean, you can tell in the women's division, at this weight class particularly, very heavily muscled, very physically powerful.
And just gritty, right?
Yeah, she's in for a brawl, right?
The first couple of rounds, it was like, let's be smart, let's be smart. Now these rounds, it's like, I'm going to smash your face in, right?
And we've said time and time again the importance of having that grit and determination to just bite down on the gum shield and get stuck in. Again, the outside trip. Pops back up.
Got one hand on
right, she's trying to keep both feet on the mat and not drop down and mount, but...
Ready.
Go! If Lily is taking this round, it's all grit doing it now.
Well, Chachlikova just doesn't have an answer for the takedowns. Again, big high pummel there, and you can see she was angling the hips in, thinking about a throw or a trip. But we got one more round. Or 2 more rounds, sorry.
Caught that. And yeah, here's the body lock, outside trip. Overhook on one side.
I mean, it's a recipe that's working for her.
It's working, yeah.
Over and over again.
And you get to do damage from this position, but also throwing somebody off their feet over and over, making them stand up, all of that adds up.
This was a good flurry from the Brazilian. Backed Chachlikova all the way up into her own corner. You see her just bite down and start throwing. And
when she wants it, she's smart and tactical. And when it's time to just go, full fighter mode, not artist, not athlete, not running plays, just be a fighter, she'll just step up and fight.
So we are into the final round of this title fight. Unless, of course, we somehow end up with a split decision or a draw, in which case we'll have a sudden death sick.
I believe Chachlikova would have to drop her a couple of times. Something big would have to happen.
Lily's doing a good job of those inside leg kicks, follow up on the combinations.
There's Lily with that outside trip into the wall again, but knees down.
Yeah, she's not quite been able to land the ground and pound and pop back up the way she's needed to. It's not for lack of trying, no.
But the demand of all that grappling will test which of the two are, you know, fitter, and the one dictating it.
You just have to wonder if the dearth of experience in the wrestling and the grappling forte, you know, of her MMA career is going to mean Ferreira's vastly fresher with the up-down of it all.
All part of her, you know, I like to call mixed martial arts free fighting. It's at least the freest that they have available in that type of environment. And the up and down, you're right, all day long in the gym, all day long in sparring, all day long in your fights. It's just part of that style of fighting. It's true.
Chachlikova has done some good work throughout this bout with her kicks, but she hasn't had too many really dig in deep. Again, this is the first time it stopped, but this is where a counter throw would have been perfect. It's just a bigger skill set for Chachlikova.
Just stayed with it. That was all just third effort, fourth effort, fifth effort, and that's the same thing we're talking about, Josh. Particular style of fight training is about that. It's about overcoming another human being.
Final minute of this bout, and a lot of wear and tear on Chachlikova's face here.
And, you know, if you're Lily and your coaches, you think we probably won this fight, right? You just don't want to make a mistake now. Get in, land a couple combinations, move your head and get out, or force her to chase you.
When you think about the fight as a whole, it certainly feels like she's had all the forward progress and the momentum, but, you know, broken down, scored round by round. The judges are looking at it differently. We're preoccupied with talking about it.
For sure.
You never quite know.
No.
Final 15 seconds here. Which one of these ladies is going to take the strawweight title?
And you know they're both going to just fire away here. It's just in their human nature. Yep. And the same takedown that's probably won her the fight.
Yeah, I mean, she probably landed that a good 10 times at least in the course of that bout. She's walking around with her hands raised. She feels
these
pretty
are two
confident.
Fantastic fighters. And Lily had a night, man. This is a night for her. Was able to show the skills early, outside, show the grappling in tight, and show her grit and her heart and her mental strength too.
I think overall Lily seemed to hit on a better job. She was smart enough to at first use those takedowns in the ground and pound. She was more aggressive. She was kicking things out of the leg. She was throwing harder punches. I think she got the edge of this fight a little bit.
Look back at some of the replays here from that final round.
It's really inspiring to watch that kind of fight because it wasn't just one thing. It wasn't just the right, quote, game plan. It wasn't the right use of tactics. It wasn't just toughness. She did all of it. She was a fighter when she needed to be, an artist when she needed to be, an athlete when she needed to be. And they both gave us a wonderful fight, but I think that's Lily's fight tonight. And on this night, it'd be hard for anybody to beat her.
Well, let's try and get these athletes to the center here. Just a reminder, we still have Zion Clark versus Volta Walker.
So cool.
In a pit submission series bout coming up next. The UFC heavyweight versus the inspiration.
And a great athlete, Zion. Wonderful athlete.
Stunning athlete.
And the winner by unanimous decision, Alessandra Lily Ferreira.
Well, as we perhaps anticipated in the booth here, Ferreira takes the win and takes the strap. Commiserations to Chachlikova. It wasn't to be tonight. just kind of bulldogged out of the way by a woman who really didn't seem like she could be stopped. Well, let's see if we can get a word with our
Let's
new
hear it for
strawweight
both these
champ.
two fighters. Wonderful fight. A wonderful fight. Congratulations. That's the kind of fight where we see all your skill, but your heart too, and your grit and your toughness.
Thank you, Miami. I love you. I trained a lot of this for this. I am very happy. I love to be here.
We love having you here. That was an incredibly inspiring fight. President Awesome, what are we going to do with this martial artist, this fine martial artist right here?
I want to say one thing first. Both women, I think all the crowd agrees. A round of applause for both women tonight. Just unbelievable, unbelievable fighters. And wow, Lily Ferrer came out on top. So aggressive with the volume and complete striking, ground and pound and standing up. Honestly, I don't know how we're going to find a challenger for her. It's going to be very difficult because you just beat a multiple-time world champion. So we're going to search the world. Matchmaker Fauci will search the world, and we'll find somebody that can stand in front of her.
In Portuguese now. Sorry. Quero agradecer a oportunidade de estar aqui. Eu sempre vi esse evento, mas eu nunca pensei que eu estaria aqui. E hoje é a realização de mais um sonho meu de estar aqui. Eu quero agradecer e never give up your dreams.
I want to say thank you so much to the event. I've always dreamed of being here. I love being here. I love working. I love fighting. Thank you so much to Karate Combat. We'll be back.
I'll try Portuguese. I'm going to try Portuguese. Porra, caralho, você é campeão!
Ladies and gentlemen, your Karate Combat World Champion, Lily Ferrer.
Porra, indeed. Lily Ferrer is your women's strawweight champion. See who we can dig up for a title challenge for her. One more bout coming your way. And it is a pit submission series grappling bout between the standout UFC heavyweight Walter Walker. What's that? Zion Clark. We're classing this as an open weight fight because when you see the difference in stature between these two men, you will understand why. So Robin, we have got an exciting pit submission series bout coming up next. Walter Walker, UFC heavyweight, known lately for putting on his tied Usman Paharis for most heel hook wins in the UFC with 4. He's done 4 in a row as well. But he's fighting a man tonight in Zion Clark who, and quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, he has no legs.
Yes, Zion Clark is an individual whose body is different than everybody that Walter's ever faced, and anybody that most people have ever faced. And it is not just he's the same guy, only this part isn't there, these appendages don't exist. His body has been built through a lifetime of being this person. As a wrestler, as an athlete, as an individual, as a human being. So it isn't just part of his body is different or doesn't exist. His upper body's different. All the kinetic chains that have been built in his body is different. He's not just, you know, this one guy. He's one of one.
Yeah, one in a million. I mean, so he suffers from something called Claudal regression syndrome. What that is essentially you're born with parts of your tailbone missing. And the rarest circumstances which he suffers from you're born without essentially the entire lower half of your body from effectively your navel on down. And as you said, Robin, he's just adapted to it, and he's wrestled, he's overcome. He went through quite frankly, a pretty atrocious upbringing of abuse, and he's come out the other side to be this inspirational athlete who's competed in wrestling. He's competed in mixed martial arts. You can go and watch a fantastic short documentary on Netflix about him as well. And he stepped up and said, hey, I want to try my hand at everything. Give me this giant heavyweight who's submitting everybody.
And so if all he was an inspirational human being, that would be more than enough to accomplish in a lifetime. But he's a brilliant athlete. He's a fascinating individual. He's a motivational speaker. He does a lot. Whatever challenges everybody's born with, whatever challenges we face in life, a man like this can inspire us because anything is possible. He's the human being that he is, doing what he does with what he has, and it's very, very beautiful to see, and it will be a fascinating dynamic in this contest.
And fascinating is right. We're going to get onto the fight now, but we'll get into it as the walkouts go. There are some real technical nuances in how you can possibly grapple and compete with a human being like this. It's very, very tricky, and I'm extremely excited that you and I both get to watch this match tonight and get to talk about it. So, without further ado, this is Walter Walker and Zion Clark in Karate Combat's Pit Submission Series.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Karate Combat 59, right here in the 305. It's the feature bout in the division of open weight. In the blue corner, we have Zion Clark.
Zion Clark makes his way to the pit here. Grew up in, unfortunately, the foster care system in Ohio. Was adopted at age 16 and went on to wrestle as well. Went to Kent State University. Has also competed in MMA. He's done some wheelchair racing. But as you can see, the musculature, and I'm curious about like the endurance in his arms. I've grappled for 20 years, and I've grappled paraplegics before and amputees, but this is just a difference.
Let's go, baby boy. But his upper body will be different, not just more developed, not just more powerful, but every kinetic chain will be different.
In the red corner, we have Clean Monster.
In the pit.
He is. Plinio Cruz is going to be our honorary referee for this bout. He is, of course, a black belt in jiu-jitsu and judo himself. So, but this is Walter Walker, heavy favorite with our betting partners from Brazil, but spent a lot of time in Russia as well. 15-1 overall MMA record. He is, of course, in the UFC heavyweight division currently. As we mentioned, he has become a little bit of a standout submission specialist in that division, but known primarily for heel hook submissions, which obviously attack the knee and the lower leg. And you can't really do that here.
No. There's also, one, credit Walter for accepting this unique challenge.
Yeah, but one thing we haven't spoken about really is actually there's been a lot of back and forth between them, and I asked Zion a couple of days ago, is this just for social media? And he said, well, it kind of was, but then he tried to actually kick me. Yeah. So they've actually really started going after each other a little bit now, so there could be some animosity here.
Now, bear in mind, the weight difference is dramatic, right? You know? The totality of each of their bodies. Oh, look. Coach is having a cigar. And why not? This is a joyous occasion, this contest.
Fighters, enter the pit.
So Zion Clark, Walter Walker, 2 5s on the clock, a sudden death. Or, sorry, a third deciding round if they need them. Touch of hands. And I'm curious, like, what is the route to victory for Walter Walker here?
You need the neck, right?
Right, that's got to be the... I mean, I'm sure there's a way you could hyperextend the arm, but controlling the body is going to be tough. So it's got to be going for the neck.
It's got to be the neck. And maybe a bulldog choke. This...
Look at that, straight to the back. Zion Clark spinning all the way around Walter Walker.
And even his grips will have to be different because of the unique nature of his body, right? But this control around the body will be so different. And now,
oh wow, look at that jumping up, this over-under control from the back. And let's see if he can fight the grips in. It's tough though because he doesn't have
hooks.
Right, he doesn't have hooks to be able to control Walker and isolate him. And Walker's going to try and roll him over the top here.
He's looking for a choke on Walter.
I think it's going to be a little bit of a feeling out process here.
Well, you don't have a training partner that's
you just, well, this is it.
way.
You just can't.
No. There's no way to even simulate it.
But I mean, look, when we score grappling, right, in this particular context of the pit submission series, it's who's advancing position, who's got the intent to finish the fight, who's making this submission attempt. So far, it's Zion Clark looking to hit that low single, come around to the back.
And his lateral movement, the way he moves from his hands side to side, very hard to track down. And arguably...
you know what? I mean, I guess a triangle is an option as well.
Yeah. As soon as you see it, you think of course, right? You think of course. So Walter's just playing, trying to gather information through play, right? Like the way that children learn.
So he's got it. He's got guard here, and he's looking to... Is he going to try an arm drag across here?
Fascinating to guard using the shin instep.
Oh, he's going to try.
No,
waist. He's going to take a reverse Kimura here, or is he? Let's see.
Good idea. There's that. As soon as you see the contest, more submission possibilities
start opening up. And there we go. He's round to the back, and this could. Oh, he's going to face crank here. Just the power of a heavyweight here.
Heavyweight, yeah.
Oh, he lets it go, though.
Well, he's saying, I can do this.
Right. He's trying to get a clean choke on him here, and he's going to get it.
Yeah, he's going to get it.
This is a big squeeze. Walter Walker.
He's got him.
He's going to get the submission over Zion Clark. And we said it would be a rear naked choke if he did.
You know, good. So, good on Walter for giving the man everything he has, right? There's no more respect you can give another competitor than to give them the best you have. And Walter gave him that.
And Zion's shaking his head here, but I'd be curious to know both their thoughts on the bout.
Maybe I'll get a chance to ask them.
And the winner, Clean Monster!
Well, using his nickname there from the MC, Walter Walker, your winner by rear naked choke. A methodical performance.
Zion, congratulations, man. That was a really, really cool contest. You just weigh in with a heavyweight right here. A big, Walter, come down, have a word with us. A big
ass heavyweight. When those arms wrap around your neck, you feel that, I bet.
I mean, yeah, I'm a flyweight. Who gives a shit, though? I know most of y'all wouldn't walk in here and go against this guy. He's 14th best in the world. I almost had him in the first part. Yeah, he finished me. Let's have the rematch sometime, dog. I'm going to get better.
Walter, did you enjoy this contest? It's fascinating. He's an inspiring individual, a dangerous athlete, and it was so unique. Did you enjoy the contest?
Brad, I'm a little bit upset. I'm very upset because I call my brother to come here with me, and he don't come. You know, you see, Johnny Walker is not here. He don't come. You know, I want to smash him. I have some kind of relationship very rich now with my brother. I want to smash him. I want to break his foot. You know, I want to bring Johnny to here and show for him who is the real Walker. But if his wife let him come, everybody know his wife, his manager, his wife, his boss, you know, needs to ask permission for his wife. If his wife let him come, let's fight for me. Hey, I don't care. Doesn't matter who. Show me the money. I kill everybody, smash everybody.
President Awesome, make sense of that for me.
I mean, it's insane. He wants to fight his brother. I mean, hey, I say in Russia, we take both walkers for the heavyweight title. The brother versus brother in Russia, March 28th.
And this is only the start. I will smash him here, and after I want to bring him to UFC, and smash him in the UFC too. I just want to start here. Bring him to the UFC. Come to heavyweight, boy. Come to heavyweight. I'll show you who the real heavyweight. The heavyweight division look like bad now. I want to make this shit look like good.
President Awesome, you're going to have two brothers compete against each other in Russia.
I would have never predicted it, but that's exactly what's going to happen.
Right. Congratulations, Walter. And Zion, thank you. That's an incredibly inspiring thing that you did here, and we're all better for having seen you do it.
Wait till the next one of my own weight class. I'm a dog in this 125-pound class.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for a wonderful show tonight, everybody.
Well, there we have it, the end of Karate Combat 59 in our pin submission series, rounding it off there. Congratulations to all the fighters who came away victorious tonight. We appreciate the entertainment indeed. From myself, well, I will just say you got a quick tease there of the next Karate Combat event, March 28th in Russia. Stay tuned for more announcements on that, but from President Awesome and Alex Pereira in the pit there, myself, Josh Palmer, and Robin Black, we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us live and free, as always, on YouTube. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. The city is up in the madness. The people is giving the damage. They turn into animal savage. So rhinos and hippos and mammoths. The hero is coming, I'm locked in. You know that I'm winning, I'm top 10. You know that I came from the dog pen. You want it, you get it, you drop dead. The rebel who came from the bottom. My enemies know that I got it. I'm planting my seeds in gardens. Then watching them sprout and harvest. The greatest was always in my plans. Battle the kid is white flags. Not on my level where I stand. Got it, I'm shooting a hot hand. Out of the gym, I was locked out. I failed, the kid was a dropout. I changed the game in the sub now. The city, they need me, is clear now. The people is giving the damage. The people is giving the... Sandman, I can tap dance through the energy blast. Run flat, never pop your orbit. I keep energy in storage. I see spinning the globe, my fingertip itch. If I could pluck the earthquake hit, look at the wrist, look at your body, I shake it and shit.